everyone, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I'm your host, John Machonsky. We are on episode 94.
You got it right.
Oh, that's a...
You actually knew this week.
I did. Yeah, see? I'm on it this time. I'm going for it. No, I didn't want to mess up, because we're getting close to episode 100. I didn't want to accidentally be like, oh wait, we're on like 99. Next week is 100. Oh boy. It's going to be sooner than later.
Yeah.
Probably going to hit 100 by the time Game of the Year rolls around.
Oh, easily, yeah. Unless we take loads of time off, we'll be well past 100 by then.
I don't think we will, but yeah, we definitely got to sit down and figure out what we're doing for episode 100. Either way, let's just get the show on the road here. It's been a tiring week for a lot of reasons, and just work and Metal Gear and stuff that all of us worry about. The Witcher. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff on our plates. So, as always, yes, hi, I'm John, and with me this week are Niall.
Hello.
And Michael.
I am the Witcher. I am.
You are now.
What a scoop.
Yeah, this is a new story. We're going into news already. If we had some news music, I would say Niall cut to the news music.
I'll put in some news music in the background.
All right, news music here. So, Michael, how do you become a Witcher? How does this happen?
Lied. I'm not a Witcher. I lied.
What the hell?
I completely...
All right, noob.
I pulled the wool over your eyes. I'm not a Witcher.
All right, breaking news. Put the news music in here, right here. Michael lied about being the Witcher. That's the new news.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the
Anytime.
update, Michael.
Your weekly "Am I the Witcher or am I not?" update. This week, no.
I was getting ready to interview you all about like the process of becoming a Witcher because.
But I'm not, so I couldn't lie to you. Like I could make stuff up. Like
yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Thank you for being honest.
Next week, who knows?
But no, I mean, like, can multiple people be a Witcher, or is there only one Witcher?
No, there can be
multiple.
There can be multiple. It's like there's different schools of Witchers in that world. I think it has something to do with like being exposed to certain mutations.
I think that's part of the school. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. In the Witcher games, Geralt, who is like your character, is one of the last Witchers. I think there's only like 2 or 3 others active in those worlds. So like it's like a dying profession in even the game. So it doesn't really go super into depth on how it's done, but they do mention like, oh yeah, mutations and things like
Witcher.
That, so
like I've definitely heard that people look down on Witchers.
Yes,
yeah.
They are that world has a definite like almost a caste system, I would say, and Witchers are very very low on the rung.
They're kind of seen as like this hybrid of mercenaries, but also monsters. Like these like unfeeling mercenaries who you hire only when you need to, otherwise you just shun them.
Yeah, these wandering vagabonds who have no morals and, who are motivated solely by money and things like that.
It's a really, like, the entirety of The Witcher, like, that world is sort of, I almost compare it to Game of Thrones in terms of the morality. Like, everything is just gray.
Yeah.
Like, there are some good guys, but they do some really weird, messed up things. So there's nobody to sort of hitch your wagon to and to be like, this person's great, I hope they survive. It's like, no, all these people are terrible, but they do good things?
Yeah, there is definite, like, nobody is pure of heart in the world of The Witcher. Like,
I gotcha.
Yeah, it is, like, it deals a lot with things like racism and class issues. Like, it's very clear, like, when you play that game, that elves are treated as essentially like the lowest of the low, dwarves are like really low on the ladder too. Like it's very much like this human dominated society that, like the main city sort of in that game, Novigrad. Like when you are in the slums, you are dealing almost exclusively with elves, and you can run into like, here's a group of humans torturing an elf, or for no reason and things like that. Like it is very clear that like they are building a very rigid social structure and class system in that game. Like there's like straight up a section. Or not like a section, but like just something I saw while I was playing that game once was I just walked out of the town and they were just burning an elf at the stake, and you have the option to just let it happen or just stop them. And like, you run into that stuff all the time when you're in that area of the game. It's really, really interesting.
It does sound interesting. I'm probably going to pick that game up soon. Probably when I'm done with MGS5.
Well, I think they're releasing a new version of it with the new DLC included, so maybe.
Oh, are they? I mean, I could have sworn that they said that there was going to be like 2 big expansions, and this was the first one.
Yeah, but like, maybe it's not coming out in the US, but like definitely in Europe, there is going to be a re-release with the expansion included, as well as I think like some Gwent decks.
Yeah,
and things like
Gwent.
That, so, yeah,
I actually like Gwent. So.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little.
It's a good distraction in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Usually in the US, they wait until everything is released, and then they'll do a Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, I assume they'll do the same in Europe with it, but like, it is definitely getting at least one like re-release over here. So
I gotcha. Yeah. I mean, that's better than nothing, Like, I think letting you have the option of, buy this re-release and then get the DLC, or wait until it's all out and then buy it all together. Like, I don't know, that's not terrible, because people are going to buy the DLC anyway.
Yeah, they are. And, like, from the sounds of it, that DLC is not going to be, like, insignificant. Like, I think they were talking about those DLCs being 20-plus hours, so... Like...
I remember them saying that... I don't know if it's this one, but at least one of those expansion packs they said is going to be as big as The Witcher 2.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So so that's like that's good value. Like if you're getting the full game and the expansion for the price of just the full game, like I think that's more than worth it. Like, oh
yes, definitely.
Yeah, like that game is really cool, and if you haven't played it, you should. You definitely should look into it.
I mean, I gotta do it for because Game of the Year is coming faster than we think it is.
Yeah, we're already we're nearly halfway through September almost. Like, geez.
Also, I don't know if I should wait until news to talk about this, but I didn't read too far into it because I didn't want to get spoiled for anything because I'm still not done with MGS5. But I was reading some stuff about, like, I mean, we're recording this on Thursday as we usually do. But I was hearing that tomorrow they're going to either announce or release, like, some new MGS5 stuff. There's some, like I don't know how that game ends, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm just going to say that I've heard from a bunch of people that the game ends, like, on, like, not really on a cliffhanger, but it just doesn't lead anywhere.
Yeah.
But I guess some people dug up a website, and it's it's named after, I think it's named after the company from 1984. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But you go there and there's a countdown timer and it's supposed to end tomorrow. And it's I think someone like dug through the files and found like a Hideo Kojima game in there. So they it might end up being some expansion pack or something for MGS5.
Yeah.
That will finish the story.
If they are locking the real end of that game behind a paywall, then just fuck them. Like, honestly.
If it's some sort of free thing and it's gonna be some sort of crazy, I don't know, like it completely changes everything about the story. Like, hell, like if they just patch a bunch of cutscenes into that game and it's like, oh, you have to replay the game now to actually watch the cutscenes, that'll be dumb as fuck, but it'll at least be a little clever.
Yeah.
And maybe I could like laugh at that. But I don't know, if you do have to, if you end up having to pay like $15 to actually see the end of the game, then I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
Would
if it's a
would
patch,
you though?
then fine.
Like, let's be honest.
well, you should be.
Like, I mean, yeah, that's a shitty thing to do. But from what I've heard, and I'm not gonna like repeat anything, I'm not gonna spoil anything. And even from what I've heard, it's not actual details. It's just how the game is slightly structured towards the end. From what I've heard, like the game, the way it ends. Like, would you be able to understand a Metal Gear ending? Would you really, like, if it did end, would you really stand there and go, like, I understand everything? Or would you be like, I fucking have no clue? So if they sold you, like, another,
I know what's going,
like, $15 thing,
yeah, like,
would you, like, really want it? Or would you just be like, do I want more confusing shit?
Me personally, I would end up buying that if it was story focused. Because the thing I like most about Metal Gear is the dumbass story, and I do keep up with that stuff. So I would definitely end up buying that. I wouldn't want to because I'd be like, God, it's $15. I might wait and see if there's like a sale or something. Yeah. But I would definitely want to see that if it was story focused. If it was just, if it was just another collection of missions that didn't go anywhere though, then forget it. I don't need. Like I'm still working through, like, there's 50 missions on there already. Like, there's plenty. I would just hope that it's some sort of patch and that, I don't know, maybe Kojima was working on something like behind Konami's back and he's just gonna unleash it onto the world and be like, fuck all y'all, and just like ride this fucking Hindenburg into the ground.
I mean, I doubt he's even at Konami anymore. He's done.
Well, no, I think he's still there until the end of the year.
I mean, under
he's
contract,
contracted until the end of the year.
But
yeah,
considering they monitor people's emails, I don't see Hideo Kojima doing anything behind anybody's back anymore.
Yeah.
So since we've started it, and you guys discussed Metal Gear last week, pretty lengthy. Can I just ask questions of you two and your Metal Gear experience?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead. First, like, about how far are each of you?
Niall's probably further than I am. I'm only a little bit into Africa.
What mission is that? Number?
That's around 14, 15, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't even bring quiet on missions yet.
Okay.
Well, I am a little bit ahead of you then because I can bring quiet on missions. I'd say I'm probably only literally like a mission or two ahead of you though.
Okay.
What I will say is the way, like, the cutscene you get when you can bring quiet on a mission, and it's not really a cutscene, it's like, because it doesn't change, you just walk around while Ocelot is talking to you. That is the single worst thing I've seen in that game so far. Like, everything, like,
I've heard about it already. Yeah, like, it's not great.
No, it's disgusting, and like it makes a mockery of like everything Kojima was whining and complaining about when people criticized him for that design. Like saying, "Oh, when you find out, you're going to be ashamed that you ever criticized me," and they're literally giving you this info dump while Quiet writhes around on the floor and strikes sexy poses and arches her back and then stands up and walks over and takes a shower in front of you. Like, just fuck that. Like, that's disgusting. Like, Quiet is a terrible character, and it sucks because that boss fight I thought was really, really awesome. Like, I think that boss fight is probably the best part of the game so far for me. It's
a real bummer because I feel like if they didn't do all these camera things and they didn't have Quiet do all these sexy things, I think she would be an awesome character. Like, all the dialogue, like, not really with her because she doesn't talk, but like about her and like, all the like Miller and Ocelot fighting and all that stuff. Like, and like, there's little character quirks about her that I really dig. Like, I don't know, I saw people complaining. I think specifically the Giant Bomb guys were saying, like, it's really dumb that she is, like, when you first bring her on the base, she's like sitting in the cell with her top off, like sunbathing. But like, for me, like like that wasn't necessarily like a sexy thing. Like when you go to the beach, women do that. They undo the back of their bikinis,
But she's
and
not
they'll
on,
lay down on it.
She's like, compare her to everything that's around her. This super serious, like military men, and she's a super serious sniper lady. And I mean, I haven't played the game yet, so I'm not sure about her background or anything. And I wouldn't say to spoil too much or anything, but she stands not just in contrast to of what she's wearing, but and how she acts to everybody else. Like, you don't see Ocelot bare-chested sunbathing and shaving his chest and going around in a Speedo and being sexy. I'm not, so why is she?
It's just, well, the thing is that, like, that's also why it's shitty that Quiet doesn't talk, because I feel like if they just gave her a carefree attitude and she I specifically that scene of her like just sunbathing and listening to music and just kind of being like goofing off a little bit,
being herself.
I feel like that would fit, and it would be like a fun scene. Like when I saw that, I didn't think like, oh man, here's Quiet. Like when I saw that, I was like, this is like a legitimate character moment in a way. Like I like this scene in like a context of Quiet just lounging around, like kind of taking what she can get in this situation.
Sure.
But otherwise, the character isn't well done, and it's a real bummer. And I wish that she could just be like a carefree sniper lady, that she just lounges around, and then Snake shows up and's like, "Hey, let's go on a mission." She's like, "All right, pops, let's go," or something. Like just give her an actual character, because her being quiet, her not talking, makes her just like basically just a standee of a sexy lady that shoots every once in a while.
That's the problem with even the scene that you enjoyed, is that you look at that and you interpret it differently, because that's how art tends to be, is you look at that and you're like, wow, what a cool character moment, but really that's there because sexy lady.
Yeah. I mean, like that's there for the same reason that when you and Quiet are sitting in your helicopter, like as you are on your iDroid picking a mission, and like the interface that you're picking your missions from is semi-transparent, so you can see Quiet behind you, and she is literally standing up and leaning over on all fours so that you can like see her just ass in your face, and then she turns around and leans the other way on all fours, so you're just staring down at her chest, and it's just like, no, there is nothing that you can say that goes like, oh yeah, this is a great character. It's not. Like, her purpose is purely there to be
titillating.
Just titillating, and just to be the sexy lady character. I mean, the fact that she's not even central to the story, like, and is entirely optional to the story, like, she's not a character. She is just she's just somebody there for you to look at, and like, that sucks, because
it really does.
Like, I've taken her on 2 missions. One was a side up where as soon as she got out of the helicopter, she ran away, so that was kind of a little bit weird. But the one mission I did take her on, which was a story mission, and where like it actually worked, she was super useful, because she can go and scout the location, and she's like incredibly useful in combat, which means that on the one hand, I'm kind of faced with this situation where I really want to take Quiet on missions with me because she's super useful, but at the same time, like, I feel embarrassed playing that game when I know that, like, at any moment, one of my family members could walk into the room and be like, what is that
doing?
Naked lady on the screen? Yeah, like, I don't want to have to be there, like, trying to explain, like, no, this is a game, this isn't porn, like, this is a real thing, like, like, it just, like, it makes it so hard for me to like Quiet at all, because like, I don't think it's much of a trade-off when you feel embarrassed that you're even playing the game. Like, it's sort of counterproductive.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, putting that stuff aside, and since I wouldn't even understand half the story shit, even if you started to explain it to me, and I was
sure.
Like,
there hasn't been much story yet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard.
There isn't in general, from what I've heard.
Yeah. how, like, I've heard stories of gameplay, and I've heard stories good and bad. So how are you each individually finding the gameplay? Niall, you can start with this one since John started last time.
For the most part, I think the gameplay is pretty decent. Like, it's not really a Metal Gear game in the sense you are not just like infiltrating and things like that. Like, it is much more open.
So it controls well, is what you're saying.
It controls significantly better than previous games, but I mean, it's much more open-ended. It's not like combat is a real option in this game. It's not like older games where really like you are entirely like we're not entirely forced into stealth, but where stealth is sort of the only real option. Like in this game, you can sort of decide to, go in all guns blazing, or to snipe people, or to call in airstrikes, or to systematically take out communications towers and things like that. So it is more open-ended than previous games in the series have been, and like I really like that because I haven't ever really been a huge fan of the gameplay or the story in Metal Gear. So from that standpoint, I like it a lot more. But I kind of mentioned this briefly last week, but I do find that it's pretty inconsistent in terms of how smart the enemies are, how like capable they are of seeing you from what distance. Like, like it feels like the game sort of has this internal metric of like, well, am I just going to give you this one, or am I just going to be like a dick here and set off every guard in the outpost? Like it feels like sometimes you will walk in front of a guard who is 10 feet away from you, who you haven't seen, and it's broad daylight and he doesn't see you. And then there'll be other times where it's night and a guy can see you from like halfway across the map, and that kind of thing is frustrating. But like for the most part, I think it works a lot better than other games in the series. From a gameplay standpoint, I think it's probably the best game in the series. So,
and from what it sounds like, it is easily, from like the way it controls, is the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
John, are you enjoying the combat?
I mean, I pretty much agree with what Niall said, except I enjoy it a lot more. I do agree that there are times with guards see you when they kind of shouldn't, but I haven't run into that too often. Maybe once or twice. But I don't know. I've always just gone through levels stealthily, and I really like to knock people out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like to kill.
Mm-hmm.
So something I really dig in this game is that I think there is a non-lethal version of every weapon in this game.
Yeah, there is.
Like there
or
was
most
one,
of them anyway.
Yeah, there was one mission I had to go on where I set off an explosion and some enemies just started pouring out at me. I couldn't I was like stealth just ended up not being an option for me. So I have a rubber bullet machine gun, and I use that, and I have a sniper rifle that has tranq darts and my normal tranq darts, and I don't have it yet, but I've heard people say that there's a shotgun even that's non-lethal. So
oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, and then you can use decoys of all kinds. Like I only have the big boss one so far, but I know there's like one that goes from PT and some other dumb shit. Like just I think it's really fun just messing around and playing with this world, because you couldn't really do that in the other Metal Gear games. There were only like one or two right answers to any situation, unless you were like amazing at the game. Like I've seen tool assisted speed runs and like people that are just incredible at the game just messing with the AI.
Or like a lot of the answers, it seems like in the old games would be you can maybe stealth this, you can maybe use like one or two of these guns, or here's this, like if you kept this one item the entire time you can use it. And it always felt terrible because it's like, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know that?
I mean, kinda. I mean, sometimes.
Well, I know this one does that as well, where there is an audio track. There's a cassette of a man pooping, and if you are hidden in a toilet and you play that audio cassette, you are less likely to be found by an enemy because he will hear a man pooping and just not come in.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
There is an audio cassette of, I believe, somebody like saying "we got him" or like saying that they got the enemy. And if you have put somebody to sleep and they had called in on the radio and they're calling back like, "Hey, what's happening?" You can play that audio cassette and then they will think everything's fine.
Wow.
So that's where this game, both to me, seems like it will shine. Is can the average player find that stuff and like actually play around in that playground, or will it be stuff that is just told like, yeah, for one mission I got to do this one strange thing like that? I want this to be a really crazy sandbox and not just a really cool sandbox. And it sounds like it's just a really cool sandbox sometimes.
Even though I didn't know those things about the tapes, you end up stumbling upon so many different things that
you do.
Even if you don't know about one or two things, you'll always find something.
Okay.
And if you learn about I just stumbled upon the guy pooping tape.
Yeah.
Like I have that tape already. So now that I know I can do that, I'll use that. But people will find different things. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to find all the music, like all the 80s music, because you find that semi-randomly just doing missions.
You kind of just have to listen out for it, and then, like, you hear the music, and you're just like, oh, something is
drop
wrong
everything.
here. Yeah.
You're just like, oh, well.
I hear Blondie.
Right,
I must go.
Yeah. Oh, I hear
I was
Duran
thinking about...
Duran.
I was thinking about just walking past this house, but now I'm going to have to knock everyone out around it and sneak in, because I got to get friggin', I don't even know.
Too Shy, or Kids in America, or something like that.
Kids in America. I was hearing talk that Toto's Africa is in that game.
Oh, God.
Is it?
So,
Is it
I would assume you're going to find it in Africa.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
Racist.
I haven't come across it yet.
During like a rainstorm only, like you have to enter the mission while it's raining and come across it.
I actually haven't come across any tapes in the African outposts yet, which is kind of strange. But then so far, like early on in Africa, like you're pretty much just going to the same like 2 outposts. So
yeah, and they're just like villages. They're not really like military encampments.
They're a lot like the ones in Afghanistan, really. Like
okay.
They're small, like ransacked villages that now have a PF in it. Like there's.
Yeah.
But just going back to like what Michael was saying about finding ways around it, I feel like there's also a lot of ways where if you were just really lazy or really frustrated, there are a lot of ways you can kind of cheat the system too. Like, there was one mission where I tried it a few times, and I was just getting slaughtered every time, and I just couldn't figure out why, because dudes were seeing me from, like, all kinds of weird angles that they shouldn't have been able to, and I just sort of stumbled across the power button, and if it's nighttime and you turn off the power and don't, like, blow it up, you just press the off button, you can do that over and over and over and over and over and over, and they will just keep sending guys one at a time, and they won't check to see, like, we keep sending dudes over to turn the power back on.
Boy, Bob, Richard, George, Tyler.
Then the power comes back on, and now we haven't heard from them again. Like, and there's all these guns on the floor around the power switch. What's going on?
Seems like all these guys just quit.
Is this a surprise party?
Yeah, like you can literally do that until the sun rises in that game.
See, to me, that fits dumb Metal Gear stuff. So stuff like that, even though in any other game that would bother me, but in a Metal Gear game, because it is so batshit insane, when you tell me,
it's kind of funny.
Yeah, when you tell me stuff like that, it's like, yeah, okay, sure. Like when I heard
just
you
like
can
how
make...
in MGS1, where you would one of the first areas, you would always walk around that crate and knock on it, and the guard would be like, "Whose footprints are these? What was that noise?" And they're just too dumb to figure out. Oh, there's a dude. He's walking around in a circle.
Yeah,
the enemies are still morons in this. Like, the AI hasn't gotten any smarter.
I'm kind of fine with that. Like, the being spotted thing is shitty, but hearing stuff like you can make the horse shit on you is like, yeah, of course you can. It's Metal Gear. Like, that seems about right. Like, yeah, getting, like, the rocket fist, where you can do rocket punches, and it makes the $6 million man noise. Like, yeah, perfect. Fuck yes. That's what I want from this dumb game.
That's when the game works at its best.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The horse pooping isn't just a silly haha thing. You can poop on the road, and then it'll cause cars to crash.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Or people slip on it.
Yeah.
But that's what I like, is like, no other video game would do that. Like, most video games wouldn't even let you have the horse poop. And most of them would just be like, well, why would it do anything? It's the horse. But Metal Gear is...
Just ride it. Who cares?
Yeah, Metal Gear is so far up its own ass that when, like, it not only does it, but it then works, and then a party is like, well, why does this work? And then your brain just goes, shut up, it's Metal Gear. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, brain. I do what you say.
I mean, you have a dog that wears armor and
an eye patch and
an eye patch, and it pulls like, it's not just that you hand the dog a knife and it holds it in its mouth. The dog knows where the knife is on its armor, pulls it out by itself, and then uses it to slit a guy's throat.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty good.
It's pretty silly, but like I feel like they could do a better job with how you command your buddies, like the horse and the dog and Quiet. Like I was really surprised when I took Quiet on a mission for the first time, and I found that like I have no control over where she is. Like, she just runs somewhere, and she will just like go to your general area and find like the highest point. Like, I assumed it would be a thing where like you point to something in your binoculars and say, "Quiet, go here," and then she would go. But instead, it's just like she just gets out of the helicopter and she runs somewhere.
From what I've heard, she has specific perches that she always goes to in specific areas.
Yeah, but like the one story mission I took her on, like I got dropped at the very edge of the camp that I was set to infiltrate, and she ran in the opposite direction, and she sat in the middle of a marsh, and she marked the like one dude on the outside tower, and she would not move from that spot until such time as I had knocked him out of the tower. Fulton extracted him, and then like had gone into the main part of the encampment and was like almost done the mission. Then she ran up onto like a perch that was on the other side and started just shooting people. And I was like, thanks, I could have used you like 20 minutes ago, but you know.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bummer that there's no way to like combine like movement buddies with combat buddies.
Yeah.
Because there's times where I'm like, yeah, I need to bring DD with me so I can get some sort of, so I can mark enemies better. But I have to walk like 1,000 meters to get there, and it's like, I wish that I could just ride D-Horse there, but D-Horse is fucking useless.
Yeah, D-Horse is pretty useless, unless you need to get somewhere fast, and it's like way away.
Exactly, yeah, and I mean, there's another buddy that you get later that, I don't know if they've shown it in trailers or anything.
I don't know if they have, but
I won't
spoil it. Yeah, but that's a real dumb buddy that you get.
It's dumb, and like it's kind of useful for like traversing, but
yeah it is, but yeah
I'd rather just have D-Horse and DD, or D-Horse and Quiet, you know, like
yeah. And like I know there are like for submissions you can select characters, so you can, like, if you want to go in as just one of your soldier recruits, you can do that for side ops. I haven't tried it yet to see if you can just be Quiet or DD, but I think that would be kind of funny if you could like be Quiet and take DD with you on those side ops.
I
wouldn't expect you to be able to, but I think it would have been a cool addition, because I mean they're only side ops and they don't like have any actual story threads really attached to them most of the time.
You might be able to do it like maybe after you beat the game, there might be some sort of conditions that you unlock them, because
maybe.
I don't know about in Peace Walker, but I definitely know that in Portable Ops you could like unlock pretty much every character you could think of. Like I know that you could play as like Ocelot and Major Zero and Paramedic. Like you could play as anyone in Portable Ops. Like Ocelot wasn't even in that game, I don't think.
I don't remember. I don't think I ever played that even. So
Yeah, people don't like Portable Ops, but I just mean like I don't even think Portable Ops is canon technically.
Not all of it. I don't think so.
I think like 2 bits of it are like I know that Boss like branding him Big Boss branding himself with the S is canon, but I don't think much else is.
Well, it sounds like I still need to play this game.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I dig it more than Niall does, but I still think you'd have fun with it. And
I mean, I think it's fun. I think it's definitely worthwhile and definitely worth playing. Like, I wouldn't go into it expecting to be blown away, because I mean, maybe it would, you know, be something more along your lines of, you know, if you were a bigger Metal Gear fan, but like, I don't know, like I wouldn't go into it if I was if I was to recommend it to a Metal Gear fan, I wouldn't be like, okay, you're gonna go into this and get like a huge, amazing, stupid story, because there really isn't much story at all, and like it's not a traditional Metal Gear game gameplay wise, so like I don't know, but I do think it's worth playing. I think it's a relevant game for everyone to play, like absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, for Game of the Year, check it out.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's just important, just in general, for this generation of, or just even this like year. Like it's
definitely
just,
for this year at least.
Yeah, it's whether that game was good or bad, I would still say, you know, it would be
important.
Yeah, it's important, and it would be worth experiencing either way. Like, because it is it is probably the biggest release of the year, regardless of whether it's the best release. It's
like between that and like The Witcher are the two biggest games.
I think Metal Gear has like a bigger, like the weight of video game history.
Oh yeah, definitely
like pushes that further.
Yeah,
I was just thinking like content wise, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean so much content-wise as I mean, like, in the general...
Impact, yeah. Metal Gear definitely is the biggest impact. Yeah,
in the public's mind's eye, we'll say. Like,
more people will recognize Metal Gear 5 than they will Witcher 3.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, if Persona 5 came out this year, I wouldn't say it would rival Metal Gear, but it would definitely bump Witcher off of that list as, like, one of the biggest...
I think you are overestimating Persona.
I think you're overestimating them both. I don't think people who don't really follow games closely have any idea what either of those two series are.
I don't know. I mean,
I think The Witcher has made more headway with Witcher 3 because people were because that was almost PC only for the longest time, and then I would see people in GameSpots like, "Yeah, I'm so excited for Witcher 3," and like, or even friends, I'd be like, "You've never shown interest in Witcher, and you've definitely never shown interest in hardcore RPGs, so." Or this kind of RPG,
True.
So, like, marketing check. That guy made his money.
All right. Fair enough. So, Michael, do you have any more questions, or should we, I mean, I don't know if we should just talk about what else we've been playing, because I don't know if we've been playing much else.
I've been playing a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah, so have I.
There is something you need to talk about, Niall, at least. Cause
there are at least 2 things, yeah.
But yeah, Michael, how about we do you first, and then we'll talk to Niall, because Niall did a review. So we'll talk about that. Yes.
Whoa there, calm down, one at a time.
Michael, don't you want to come on my mission and be my combat buddy?
I want to be your D-dog. I don't.
I'm gonna go.
Niall's my D-horse. He gets poop on the face. That was terrible. That was pretty shitty.
Oh, all right. Let's do something else. Let's talk about video games. Michael, what have you been playing?
God. Sorry, that distracted me. To hit too close to home. I've been playing. I went to a LAN party on Sunday. Was that Sunday? That was Sunday. Yeah. A friend of mine. I'd say like over a year ago. A friend of mine, or about a year ago, had a birthday, and for his birthday, we all got together at another friend's house and brought our desktop, our PCs, and put them all in one big room, and just played PC games. And for Labor Day weekend, we did that again. So
Cool.
yeah, the people whose house it was, they grilled out. There was burgers and hot dogs and macaroni and cheese and cupcakes. About as American as you can get. There was beer.
Nice.
There was Kool-Aid punch for some reason.
All right.
Yeah, it tasted good.
Did you drink the Kool-Aid?
I drank the Kool-Aid. And we played. They're really into League of Legends, so we played about a couple hours of that.
Sorry.
I like MOBAs, so I'd rather play Heroes of the Storm because that's Heroes of the Storm. You can at least not worry. Like, am I doing something good for the team? But some of the people who are there aren't terrifically into League of Legends. They just play it occasionally for fun. So it was nice to just not play, a typical match. There's a lot of different modes in League of Legends. There's one where it's essentially capture points, where each team starts on a different side of the map, and the map is one big donut, and there's 5 points. And it's essentially, the more points you have, the more points you're scoring, and so you're always trying to have more points captured than your opponent. It's something that's ripped straight out of first-person shooters. There's ARAM, which is all random, all middle. So it's just one lane, 2 bases on opposite sides, full teams, and all their heroes have been chosen at random. So
that's the fun one.
Yeah,
I think like that. That's I haven't played too much League, but I didn't have a lot of fun unless I did ARAM, and ARAM was actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
that sounds like it's probably going to be the most fun, especially for like casual players, people who aren't super into League of Legends. I could see that being like the mode.
It really is. I don't know what other modes are in League of Legends, and you unfortunately have to be a certain profile level to unlock some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit of a bummer, but I believe you can maybe even play bots and level stuff up. I don't know. I am the League of Legends expert, and I don't know. But it's fun. Like League of Legends, like Dota is very much the crazy person's MOBA. League of Legends, I can see entirely why it's the more popular, or at least more played by more people, because it is much more approachable. There's less strange nuance. Like there's just less weird things about it.
Actually, you know what the strange thing is? From what I can gather, it seems like League is more inviting to the casual player, and Dota isn't.
Neither is inviting.
Yeah, but if you want to go hardcore, from what I can gather, Dota's actually easier to be hardcore in.
If you are ready and willing to just like dive in, then you should start in Dota. If you have no clue what you're doing and you have friends who already play League, which is probably likely, go ahead and learn League.
Yeah.
People like to claim that those skills and that stuff is non-translatable. As somebody who's played a lot more Dota, I can still go back to League and at least do something and not feel like I'm like, well, I'm just banging my head over here and nothing's happening. I at least feel like I can get a kill or two. Like I'm not useless.
Mm-hmm.
That said, Heroes of the Storm is, I think, out of the 3 I've played, is the better game. It is, or it's certainly
definitely
the easiest. It's the most approachable.
Yeah, HOTS is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's less to think about, there's less to keep in mind, there's less to worry about, and that makes it sound like, baby's MOBA, but to be honest, when you are first starting out, you really don't want to be told, like...
You need baby's MOBA.
Yeah, you don't need to be told 10 different things to look at, also hit the right buttons at the right time, also here's all this lingo that you need to understand, here's all the items, you should be a tank build this time. Or like, oh no, this time you should be DPS. You bought the wrong items. Like, well, how the fuck am I supposed to know? I just started playing. Like, there's a lot of that stuff in MOBAs, and Heroes of the Storm just seems to like not care. Like, don't worry about it. Your team levels up. So if you're not doing great, then it doesn't matter. Your team's doing it, so it's fine. And you can, but you can't quite sneak around the map as easily. So. I still had fun, and I think if I played with friends, any of those games are fun, but Heroes of the Storm, especially if you're going to play by yourself or with just one other person, that's the one to go after. Played some Wii game that was like Pictionary. Played... trying Trying to think. We played. One of my friends and I played. Now I can't think of the name of the game. It's an RTS. It's a game. It's a video game. I can't think of it.
All right,
Age of Empires 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're just gonna start listing games.
Well, no, I was gonna be like, guess the game, and Niall and I were gonna have a little battle over who would guess.
Oh,
I would have actually guessed Age of Empires 2 first because like that's pretty much the only one I've ever played. So
well,
it would have been my go-to.
Niall won.
I guess Niall won then.
Congratulations, Niall.
Thank you.
I think we played some other stuff. I just don't remember because it was a long night. We started playing at like 7 and didn't end till like 3:30ish. So,
Jeez.
well, there were breaks in between. We didn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't constant video games. I think we would all killed ourselves towards the end if that had happened.
Yeah, it's still a long time.
Yeah, it was still pretty long. My back hurt the next day, and I felt like an old man. And other than that, I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 2 or 4, not 2.
You were half off.
Yep, I was halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer.
I don't want to hear that fucking song. I hear that song so goddamn much.
That song is going to be just playing quietly in the background right now.
The place I work at just has... It's not like it's, we put on a Pandora station with 80s music or 60s, 70s, and 80s. Like, they just pick, like, I want to say, like, 20 or 30 songs that just play on loop. And it's the fucking worst. I have to hear that freaking Jackson 5 song, that One More Chance song, like at least 3 times a day, every day. Oh God, I'm thinking about it right now, and it's just like, oh God, I'm dying. Anyway, please talk about your game. I'm sorry.
So the Jackson 5 song, "I Want You Back," is pretty good.
I kind of like the Jackson 5. So.
Yeah, see? Oh, young Michael. Full of potential. I've been playing Far Cry 4. I don't know if it's still up, but it was discounted like $20 on Amazon, GameStop, a bunch of different places. So I just grabbed it with an old gift card of mine, and that game's still pretty good. If you haven't played Far Cry 4, you should play it. It's a fun, like, open world playground. I'm pretty sure after only like 1 or 2 missions, you're just kind of let loose and just like, yeah, go have fun. Go start taking over encampments and climbing bell towers and stuff. And I played some of Far Cry 3, and I played some of Far Cry 2, and this one just feels the most accessible. I feel like I'm just having the most fun and the most chaos. So Far Cry 4 is still pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. How like does the traversal and like work? Because like seeing that game is set in the Himalayas, it sort of feels like, or it gives me the impression that it would be very easy to get the traversal of that environment wrong. On the developer's part, I mean, not necessarily on the player's part, but like...
You're saying I'm playing this game wrong?
No.
Yes.
No. Yeah, okay, I am, yeah.
It's actually really easy. I never feel like I'm, stuck somewhere. Every place seems to have... There are a couple times where I'm like running around a mountain looking for, the right place to go up the mountain to get up to a bell tower, but that's very few and far between. There are grapple points up certain mountains. So pretty much any place that you should be able to go to will have a grapple point, and you will just grapple your way up there. And it's just you just launch a rope up, and you hold right trigger, and you go up. There's some spots where you have to do a little bit of light platforming, where you just have to run and jump at the right time and grab the cliff, or you have to kind of swing on your grapple. But it's nothing difficult. Like it's just like, I guess whatever is up here would have taken me a while in late game, but I'm just doing it now.
It's not Duke Nukem Forever level first person platforming.
No, dear God, no. Okay. Oh God, giving me nightmares.
Not much is.
You're giving me nightmares. No. Jesus. And then the vehicles, which all have, I think you can change the control style, but they all move on the left stick. So if you want to go,
it was the same in the third.
Yeah, if you want to go forward, you push up. and if you want to turn left, you have to pull left. So it's a little strange, especially like the first few times I would do it, and then like hit right trigger, which shoots your small arms gun, and my small arms gun is a grenade launcher. So there were several times where I'd get in a car and just launch a grenade as I started going. So, but you can click in the left stick, and if you have, it will put an engage auto drive. So if you have no place to go, it will just follow the road, and it will go. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. So you can just follow the road and don't have to touch anything, and just kind of watch it and figure out where you want to go. Or you can, if you do have like a waypoint set, it will just follow the waypoint to the closest it can get on the main road. So yeah, it's really easy to just kind of set a waypoint. Like, I need to get across the map. Here we go. I'm just going to set this waypoint and go. Every outpost you take over becomes a fast travel point, and those are spread out just far enough away that they are in the right spots. So you never feel too far away from a collectible that you maybe missed. You can just fast travel. It loads in like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then you're back at it. And then you can also eventually find gliders and little gyrocopters, helicopters. Yeah. And man, once you get that helicopter, there's a homestead you unlock at some point, and you can upgrade it. And the last upgrade, or the second to last upgrade, is just have a helicopter there. Just get that first. So you can just warp back to your homestead, get in this helicopter, so you don't have to remember where the fuck they are. You just like, I'm in a gyrocopter. And then you can just go, like, this weird cave you're supposed to climb all the way up to find this one collectible. You're like, nah, I'm just going to land right here, run in, grab it, and then take back off. And it's that, yeah, that's definitely the way to do it.
It sounds like they really like put the right amount of thought into that environment, because setting something in like a mountainous environment seems like it could be a huge disaster, but like if not done correctly, like that seems like
sure,
like
yeah.
like you said, like having to find this one specific spot where you can climb up the mountain.
They're usually like 2 or 3, but the closest one is like a little jog around.
Yeah. That's what I mean though. Like, it feels like it sounds like they thought that out well, and that like they're not forcing you to like do a Skyrim where you're trying to just edge up this geometry, like trying to almost cheat your way up a mountain.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay.
It does feel like it was planned out pretty thoroughly, and the environment like is really nice. Like the culture, you're supposed to be in a small country that's like, I guess, next to India, or has heavily Indian influence because everybody has Indian accents.
Nepal, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's its own country. I forget the name of it, but it is in that area. Yeah. But it feels like when you get in a car, the music sounds like it's from that region, and people have those accents. Like, it doesn't feel like white guys in India. It feels like Indians. And I believe the characters, yes, actually I know the character is from Indian descent. So it actually feels like as close to being there without just, exploring a real Indian city. Even some of the aesthetics, like the weird powdery paint stuff that's on some of the menus, and on how some of the cutscenes and how some of the loading scenes kind of just, it's real colorful. A lot of it just feels kind of like I'm about as close to that area as I can get in this kind of a game, in a crazy first-person shooter. So it's for like $20. It's easily one of the best games of last year. I've already put 20 hours into it. It says I'm 50% done. I think I'm a little farther, story mission wise, anyways. Like I think I'm probably like 70% done with the story, and I actually have fun just like spending time running around getting collectibles. Most of them are real easy to get. There's only one you have to hunt for, but it even shows you like, here's this area it is in. Like, just it's in this little blue circle. Go find it. It's like it's a mask, and you can either collect it or shoot it. So it's fun to run around, and there'll be dynamic things that happen. Like, the rebels are fighting these 2 bad guys. Help them kill these bad guys, or this outpost is being attacked again. Go help them, defend this outpost. There's some like more organic stuff happening in the world, and it just helps you level up and get different skills. So it's certainly worth grabbing. Like,
Sounds cool.
Yeah, for $20, like, it's a next-gen game. It looks great. It's worth getting.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that's been about it. I think I played some more PC games, but like I think it was FTL. I don't really remember playing anything new.
Okay. So Niall, you want to talk about your review game first, or save it for last?
I'll save it because I've like other than that and MGS, like I've really played like one other game.
All right.
So like after Michael was talking about it last week, I kind of had some free time on Sunday night, and I didn't really feel like playing Metal Gear, and so I just hopped on Steam and I downloaded Her Story, and and that game blew me away, to be honest. Like I sat down at around 11 on Sunday night, and 3 hours later or so I had finished it, and I was just kind of like sitting there trying to process everything that happens, because like that story takes some twists, and like
there's a lot of assumptions you make as the player.
Yeah, there is. And the way it's kind of structured, you can sort of start to piece together these major plot points. Like within maybe like the first 10-15 minutes, you can uncover something that just like totally changes your entire perception of things, or that like makes you go, hang on, wait, what? You know, this, that doesn't seem quite right. And then as you sort of uncover more, you're just sort of sitting there going, oh my god, that can't be, like, this isn't where I think it's going, is it? Like, it's super interesting.
And it doesn't stop. Like,
no, it doesn't.
It never lets you rest. Like, you feel like, okay, that's the twist, I get this game, or that's the revelation, okay, cool, there's probably going to be one more, and then like another one happens, you're like, oh, okay, that's weird, and then another one happens, you're like, this is really weird, what's going on?
It starts to almost like build up these expectations within you of like, okay, this is where the story is going, and then it throws you a curveball that sends it the other way, and you're just kind of like, okay, wow, okay, now what do I do? Like, it is really, really fantastically well written and thought out, and I thought the actress who plays the lead character was just, or really the only character, was really, really good. I thought she did a great job at, giving a grounded performance for where that story goes.
Yeah.
And like there are really subtle little clues in her body language and what she says, and like that just serve to build the story and the world that it's creating. Like it's a really, really interesting game. Like I just kind of came away from it just being like, man, that was a real experience, and I'm kind of sad that like I didn't just pick it up as soon as it came out, because it's been kind of on my radar since it has come out, and just like hearing talk about it last week made me say, yeah, I should try this. And yeah,
it's hard to explain without, because it's really easy to spoil that, and even like the beginning spoilers, like revelations, you don't want to change because you don't want to like share, because they're just little by little you start to go like, oh shit, this game is fucking bonkers. What the fuck are they talking about? Like every expectation you have from that game just gets kind of blown away every 15-20 minutes. Not even that.
Yeah, it like there are literally points of that game where you will search for a word and it'll pop up 4 or 5 videos, and you'll watch one video and you'll be like, okay, wow. And then as you go through the rest of the videos in that search, it'll throw up 2 or 3 other things, and you'll just be kind of left going, okay, oh my god, like where do I go next? Like I had to literally sit there with a pad and a pen and just like write down notes about things I wanted to search for as I was going, because it was throwing stuff at me so quick, and like just giving me 5 or 6, 7 paths at a time that I'm trying to just process and decide, how am I going to attack this? Where am I going to go next?
That's how you know that a game is good, At least a story-based game, is when you're so invested in it that you have to break out something in the physical world to be like, all right, I gotta keep track of this.
It's funny that you got a pad and pen, because I just sat there like repeating like words and names to myself. I'm really glad. I don't think my roommate was home at the time, because it probably just sounded like a crazy person.
That's what I was doing for about the first 20 minutes, and then I was like, okay, I gotta stop, and I gotta go, and I have to go get something to write on. And I think by the end I had like 4 pages just of notes of names and words.
You just seem like a crazy, like a fucking Batman villain of like Jack, Tommy. Like, just
yeah,
like, what are you doing?
I have a page with a bunch of diagrams that like I like wrote a name and circled it and underlined it, and then I had it linked to this other name, and like with little notes in between, like father and son, or like, you know, something
murderer.
Like that. Yeah, murderer. Who is
Pepe
this
Sylvia?
person?
Pepe Sylvia.
Like ex-boyfriend, and just like
who is Kaiser Soze?
Like, yeah, like I was just kind of so absorbed in it that like I just didn't want to stop. Like,
yeah.
I played that game well into the night, and I came away just like, wow. Like, I was legitimately blown away by her story. And I think for €5 or whatever it is in the US store, like
$5.99.
$5.99.
Yeah.
Like, that is a price you can't afford to miss the game at. Like,
yeah.
it is.
Okay.
It is like incredible. Like, it's like nothing else that I have played in a long, long time.
That will come up at Game of the Year. So if you don't play it, we will sit here and spoil the entire thing, because that thing is something.
If you are going to like listen to the Game of the Year podcasts, or you are going to be on them, wink wink, John, you need to.
I have like $3 in Steam money. I'll use that on it.
Yeah, you absolutely need to experience that.
Yeah,
like, it is
sure.
It is amazing. Like,
okay.
And like, I want to say more about it, but if I say anything more about it, it's going to be getting into spoiler territory.
Yeah.
Like,
I got you.
You know, there is so much in that like even the slightest thing, something you would think is just totally innocuous and just, you know, off to the side, like, oh, this is actually a major plot point, or, you know, like, or this leads somewhere that you would just be shocked. Like, you know, like, I just, yeah. I don't want to spoil anything. Play that game. Like,
okay.
So what else? I
reviewed a game.
Yeah, I reviewed a game. I reviewed Steins Gate for the Vita and PS3.
I was really interested to read your review, because, you know, I enjoy visual novels, and I had heard positive things about the Steins Gate anime, but hearing at least your reception to the visual novel, it sounds like it's a bit of a bummer.
It is, and like, I should preface this by saying that I really do like the animated series an awful lot. Like, when I was first starting to watch anime, like, Steins Gate was one of the first shows that I really got into. So like, I was going into this with fairly high expectations, but God, I was really let down by the game. And I think it's like, when I went to write the review, I was going to give it a higher score than the review actually says, and it wasn't until like I had the review written that I kind of went, yeah, you know, this reads like I should knock a star off what I was thinking. So I did, and like, yeah, that's a game that, if you are not like hardcore into visual novels and hardcore into Japanese culture, you will not have the patience to get through it, and you will be really, really annoyed by its attempts at humor, because like, it starts really, really slowly, and the anime, to be fair, does start a little slow too, but God, it's so plodding in the way it starts, and like, it just takes forever, and it's throwing these complicated scientific and mathematical terms at you that, you know, if you don't know what these are, you have to go into these like sub menus to read through all this stuff, like, just so you know what they're fucking talking about. Like, it's really just slow to grab you.
Yikes.
You know, and like, and the characters, like, I find are like, I mentioned it in the review, but I think the game does a great job at characterizing the cast. The problem is that none of them are likable. Like it is one of the most obnoxious, like just unpleasant groups of characters you are ever going to find in any form of media. Like they are just like they're insufferable as a whole. Like the main character, who in the anime is quite like funny, and like as time goes on you sort of learn to sympathize with this guy, but in the game because in the game you're reading his inner monologue as well as all his dialogue, and he just comes across as this delusional like totally like just awful human being who you just play through the opening like 4 or 5 hours of that thing and you're like, well, why would I care what happens to this guy? Like, he's a dick. You know, his friends are dickheads. This, you know, like, he's clearly, like, horrible to everyone. Like, he's taking advantage of his best friend from his childhood by spending all her money and, like, experimenting on things that she buys for herself and ruining them. And it's just, like, you know, why would I care about you as a character? Like, you know, it's not engaging in the way that it should be, and that's a real tragedy in a way, because like there is deep down in that thing a really like cool off the wall story about time travel, but it's just so hard to get into it. And like it doesn't help either that that game thinks it's hilarious but it isn't.
Great.
It has the issue that it is trying to translate Japanese humor literally into English. And Japanese humor is largely based on wordplay jokes, on things sounding similar in the language, and it doesn't play at all in English.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help when they are forcing these jokes at you like multiple times in the space of an hour. Like one of the main jokes is that the main girl in the game is named Kurisu, and the main character always calls her Christina. And, like, that's a joke, which doesn't play in English, but in Japanese, that's, like, a clever, like, wordplay joke. But since it doesn't play in our language, you would expect them to, maybe, you know, edit it or come up with a similar joke that maybe does work in English, but instead they just literally translate it and they throw it at you 10 times in an hour, and you just get sick of seeing it. And they do that with so many of the jokes that, like, even if you were to say, haha, I get it, that's funny the first time, like when they're shoving it down your throat for the 500th time, you're just like, okay, yeah, I get it, I got it the first time, great, let's move on with the story. Like, it really suffers from just not like being edited super well for English, and I feel like it also makes a lot of fun of trans people. There's a character in that game who is a male who is, I suppose, not explicitly said to be transitioning to female, but who is very clearly struggling to come to terms with her gender identity, I suppose. And they just treat that character awfully. Like from the very first scene you meet her, it's just like the inner monologue of this main character who's talking about how feminine and beautiful and sweet she is, and then, but he's a guy. And then another line of dialogue, but he's a guy. And then another line of dialogue, but he's a guy. And they do this like 10 times, and it just like, by the end of it, you're just like, oh my god, this is so insulting. Like, and like it tries as the game goes on to give that a little bit of like tenderness and levity, but like it treats it so poorly initially that it feels insincere, and it's just like it's just really unlikable. And there's so little in terms of how you influence the story and in terms of how you interact. Like if I was to say, like, you know, in Danganronpa, for example, you can walk around the school or the island. You know, you can explore, you can see everything. But in Steins Gate, you can't do any of that. You're just reading text, and once in a while, you can pull up your phone and answer a text message that you get. and that's about it for the extent of interactivity. So there's nothing there to keep somebody who isn't a fan of the genre interested.
Yeah.
So, like, unless you are the kind of person who has the patience to sit there and read text from a bunch of unlikable characters for 18 to 20 hours, like, you're not going to enjoy Steins Gate. So, if that's the case, like, just watch the animated series again. Like, you know, if you're interested in that story, just watch the anime, unless you are, like, a diehard for visual novels, because anyone else is going to just go, yeah, this was a waste of my money, this is boring, and this is slow, and this is awful and unfunny. So, yeah.
Okay.
The review's up on the site. I talk about it a little more in depth there, but...
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't get a recommendation from me, unfortunately. I wish it did, because I was, like, excited for it. And, you know, it's a visual novel that people have been waiting for a translation of over here for years. And I feel like it's a letdown, you know?
Like, I know plenty of people that are really into at least the anime, so...
Yeah, like, we had gotten, like, multiple people asking us, like, are you guys going to do Steins Gate? You know, are you guys going to review Steins Gate? And, you know, to then almost, I guess, let those people down by saying, yeah, this is kind of bad, you shouldn't really play this. Like, I almost feel bad in a way.
You warned them. You saved them some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't feel bad because you gave them the truth.
I gave them the truth.
Hashtag the truth.
Hashtag the Steins Gate truth.
Steins Gate can't melt steel. Hashtag the truth.
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate. God damn it, I hate that everything's a fucking gate. Everything's a fucking gate. John Gate.
Steins Gate. John Gate, yeah. Machonsky Gate.
Machonsky Gate. That sounds too real to be fake.
Oh, God. Alright, let's move on to news.
Alright. Did you play anything, John, other than MGS?
No, just Metal Gear.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, I've been doing a lot of side ops, so that's why I'm...
In real life or in Metal Gear?
Yeah, in real life as well. Yeah,
John's just sneaking around at the place where he works.
John, get off the floor. John,
you're not on the clock anymore. Why are you still here?
Go slice some meat. Go slice some meat, John. Go cut the tomatoes. What are you doing?
Venom Jonathan.
Venom Machonsky. Punish Machonsky. That's me.
Get the news. God damn it.
Alright, yeah, here you go. I got the news. Alright, let me see. What should I talk about?
I just almost ripped off my headphones.
I'll be careful.
That's great.
Alright, I'm just gonna read them in order how I copied and pasted them. So the old news will be last. The new news will be first.
Yeah, because going in the other direction would be too hard for John. God damn it.
Okay, I'll go in the opposite direction.
Thank you.
The opposite direction. All right. There was an ESRB listing a little while ago that may have leaked a port of XCOM to the Vita. An ESRB rating for XCOM Enemy Unknown Plus is posted on there. This seems to be just a port of the PS3, PC, and 360 game.
Oh. I mean, the Vita runs Vita games quite poorly at times. Like, I don't know how it's gonna handle a full port of a real game. Yeah,
poorly.
You're gonna get 2-minute long loading screens for something that runs at 15 frames per second.
I don't know, because there was also that iOS port.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, there was an iOS port of XCOM. So who knows? I could see it being somewhere in the middle.
Possibly,
where
yeah.
It's not as good as the PS3 PC version.
I assume it'll be scaled down pretty significantly too. So, but if you tried to just port that game as is to the Vita,
it'll be like Borderlands was on the Vita.
Yeah, good fucking luck to you.
This is just interesting because the game is almost 3 years old almost now, and it's finally coming to Vita. So I mean, good for them. It's a little interesting that they are not also going to, or at least they haven't announced that it's coming with Enemy Within, which was that expansion pack.
Maybe that's what plus means.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe maybe that is what the plus means. And I mean, XCOM 2 is out in February, so maybe that'll be a little bonus for people. Like, hey, if you got a Vita,
you could still buy an XCOM game.
Yeah,
give us money.
Just to tide you over, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of ports, Dragon's Dogma is coming to PC.
That's the Arisen one. That's the
Dark Arisen, the expansion sort of.
Yeah, it has the expansion built into it. It is the it's the 2013 version.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming January 2016 for $30, and it's just interesting because that game came out in just to keep bringing up how old stuff is, 2012, and people have been asking for a PC port since it was announced.
Yeah,
people were surprised that it didn't come out on PC initially, and the producer has even been quoted as saying, way back then, we're thinking about it. If people are vocal, we'll bring it out. And I guess people are finally vocal enough, and they're gonna bring it out on PC. So that's good.
That's a cool game. I really like that Dragon's Dogma.
Next bit of news comes in with some Metal Gear stuff. Niall, you mentioned that you were bringing Quiet around with you.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you don't bring her with you for mission 29 and mission 42. Because for some reason, there's a bug in the game that if you bring her with you for those missions, it can wipe your save file.
I thought that was only on the PC version.
It says here that it is on all platforms.
Okay, so 29 and 42.
29 and 42. If Konami says that they are working on a fix for this, though, and who knows, maybe by the time, I don't know if by the time you hit 29, but maybe at least by the time you hit 42, it'll be fixed, because they know, I guess they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close to 29 now at this stage. I think I'm in the 20s somewhere, so...
But just be careful. You can bring any of the other buddies. It's just Quiet.
Okay.
And it's just for those 2 specific missions.
Mm-hmm. I'll keep that in mind. I'll make a note of it.
We'll definitely report on when it's fixed, so everyone can, be ashamed of your words and deeds. Once again, when she's on the battlefield with you in those missions.
Well, you can put her in close at some point, so I'm hoping that's pretty quickly.
Yeah, I know you can put her in a, and I don't want to spoil it. I've seen people getting pissed off about...
People get pissed off at anything these days.
I know, but... It's been known for a while that you can dress Quiet in actual clothes.
I was just saying the specific, one of the specific costumes that you can put her in. Yeah. It's a good costume. I'll say that.
It's a big diaper.
It's a good callback.
A big diaper.
It's a big diaper. And when and you can hit a button and she'll shit, and then it's the only thing she says, and she'll say, "Just like this game, huh?" It's weird because she has a man's voice.
It's just you. It's just you saying it.
It's Kojima saying it. It's actually a Konami rep saying it.
Konami rep. Quiet just looks right at the camera and says, "Why'd you buy this?"
Really? Really? You think that's a corrupt save bug? No, that's in the design, asshole.
I did it. It's me. Quiet. I did this.
That would be the most characterization they give Quiet in the whole game.
Shitting herself? Yeah,
Yeah.
Shitting herself and wiping your save file immediately after.
Literally wiping your save file. All right, we're done. We're done.
We need to move on. This is...
Oh, God. All right, so, Apple had an event.
Ugh.
And they announced a new version of the Apple TV that is supposed to run video games better.
Great. You know what I always want to do? I want to sit at my Apple TV, which I don't own, and play mobile games on my Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems to be mostly iOS port-ups.
Port-ups?
Yeah, I mean... I'm mostly just kind of pulling this from stuff that Austin Walker talked about on Giant Bomb, but the touch control on the motion controller that is packaged with this, it seems kind of interesting, but I don't think anyone's going to use it properly. The way he described it was I think there was a mech game where if you just tap the touchscreen, you shoot. If you hold it down slightly, you can aim, and if you hold it down really hard, you shoot rockets.
Is it a Metal Gear game? Holding down buttons halfway?
I mean, maybe, but it's just a mech like shooter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That sounds kind of interesting, but it makes me just wish that there were enough buttons to do that, because man, would I hate it if I was trying to snipe somebody and I pressed a button down too hard.
Which
and
is what's going to happen, because, you know, it's a touchscreen, so, like, how hard are you really touching? Like, you know, it's it's been traditionally pretty difficult to get those things to have, you know, adequate, I suppose, control over, you know, how hard you're pressing something. Like, touchscreens have never been great for gaming, and, like, I don't see this being super good either.
It's not even a touchscreen; it's a motion controller that, it's essentially a Wiimote that
with a touchscreen on.
Yeah.
Does it have a touchscreen on it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's a Wiimote with like a PS4 touchpad.
Yeah.
That sounds. I mean, that's the problem with like motion gaming, and that's the problem the Wii ran into. Is all that sounds cool, but like somebody has to design something for it. That can't just exist, and then we'll have cool games. Someone needs to make a cool game for it. Otherwise, like, go look at the Apple Store. If, like, how many of those games do you really want to play?
Not many.
That's exactly what the Apple TV is going to be. Like, without actual encouragement from Apple, or even some investment, you're never going to play a game on there. It's just never going to be fun.
Yeah.
So.
And it doesn't sound like Apple are really any more than, like, holding a cursory interest in games.
They'd like to make more money off of the games they accidentally
it.
sell. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not serious really about it yet.
No.
And probably never will be.
No.
I mean, the fucking Mac doesn't have any games that run on it, so, like, yeah.
Yeah. And next bit of news we got here. Who here likes Castle Crashers?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
Alright,
fine.
game.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's an alright game. It's already out on Xbox One, but they put out a remastered edition of the game, probably to tie people over until they put out their next game. I don't remember what it's called, but I think they have announced game 4 from the behemoth. But it's $15. But if you bought the game already on 360, from now until the 20th, you can get it for free if you're on the same profile that you had in your 360.
I have already downloaded it and played it a bit.
Yeah, but if you didn't download it by the 20th, you can still buy it at a discounted $5 price. So that's, you know, nice of them to not just completely fuck over people who didn't buy it. And also, if you don't care for a remaster and you just want to re-download the 360 version again, they said that Castle Crashers will be backwards compatible on Xbox One soon, too. So you can still play the original if you want.
I played some of the remaster, just like 5 minutes of it. Hey, guess what? That's Castle Crashers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looks better. Like, it looks pretty good. But, yeah, it's Castle Crashers.
Right. Well, that's good. I'm glad that they're trying something.
Yeah.
At least.
Good on them.
Better than nothing. So we finally have a release date for the Shovel Knight update, the Plague of Shadows expansion, which, may I remind you, is free. It's coming out September 17th, and it'll come with, I think, some challenge maps, and you can play through a new story mission as Plague Knight, which is really cool because Plague Knight is more focused on traversal and multiple jumps. So it's pretty neat. The other thing is that you have to complete the main game as Shovel Knight before you play as Plague Knight. But if something happens and you've lost your save, or you're switching platforms and you have some sort of proof that you finished the game already, Yacht Club will send you a code to just unlock Plague of Shadows from the beginning. So just get in contact with Yacht Club and they will send you a code, and you can play Plague of Shadows without having to replay through the whole game. That's really nice of them.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing to do. I wonder, like, is that going to get a little bit, exploited by people passing around fake screenshots or something? Like, I don't know. I hope not, because,
Well, it's not that big of a deal because, like I said, it is a free expansion, and the only thing that really that a code would do is just save those people some time. So I don't think Yacht Club's really gonna be too pissed if someone just uses that to, save some time.
They're not going to be making tons of money off this thing, so.
I mean, they kind of will, because
Yeah.
I think people are going to be buying the game.
I mean, like, as just a standalone download, like, they're not going to be making... Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make some money, because otherwise they wouldn't make it.
I guess, but I just mean, like, people aren't paying specifically for the DLC, is what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think, if I remember correctly, they are going to make another expansion. I don't know how long it'll take them to make that, but I'm pretty sure they promised on the Kickstarter page that they will do a King Knight expansion too. So maybe after they're done with that, we will see whatever project they are working on next. It'd be really exciting. I really dig Shovel Knight, and I want to see what else Yacht Club Games can do. Here. Michael, you should probably talk about this one, the Bungie Marty O'Donnell stuff.
Yeah, boy, where to begin? So...
You're a real mess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you don't remember, Marty O'Donnell did the music for Bungie for well over a decade. He did all the music for every Halo game. So monks chanting and wicked guitar and crazy drums, that's Marty O'Donnell. I'd say his music is probably, especially recently, is probably the most notable music of all time. Like, very few music is so connected to a game, and I think his, Mario got in there by being repetitious. Like, you always heard the Mario theme. You don't always hear that Halo theme in every level, but yet that's what you associate Halo with. So, he, in early 2014, I believe in April 2014, was just let go, fired, unceremoniously released from Bungie. He had been there since essentially the founding of the company, and all he kind of tweeted out was that he wasn't happy at the time. Since then, Bungie and an independent arbitrator have sat down with Marty O'Donnell to settle all of this. This is all civil court stuff. So they sat down to figure out, was Marty O'Donnell owed money because he was just fired? He made the music for Destiny. What is he owed? Is he owed stock because he was there since the founding? And in the end, he was in a separate decision. He was awarded $95,000 in unpaid wages and unpaid overtime that he was owed. Mm-hmm. In this decision, which is the final decision, I believe, he was awarded all his stock back. So he's essentially treated as a founder of the company again. He was given several choices. He could keep the stock. He could sell it, all of it, at a price, I believe, around the time in which he left, or he could sell it and get half of its value of the price of like July 2015. No telling how much that's worth because Bungie's a privately owned company. So no telling how much money he stands to make if he chooses to sell it. If he doesn't sell it, I believe he can still go to board meetings. So that would be weird. This guy you fired shows up. But the real interesting stuff wasn't this court case and this sort of sad, leaving of an employee, a long-standing employee. The weird stuff was what came out with all this paperwork, which was made public, of sort of how Marty O'Donnell got fired and what led up to it. So we'll travel further back in time to, Activision and Bungie had entered into an agreement where Activision would publish Bungie's game Destiny. According to these documents, it's a 5-part game, whatever that means. Whether that's 5 games or 1 game and 4 pieces of DLC. We do know that initially their contract was an 8-part game series. And we know that because of the delays that Destiny eventually saw, that now the IP is in Activision's hands. But at the beginning of this was going to hopefully be a Bungie independent thing, and Activision would publish it. So when Destiny was getting going, and this was in 2010-ish, they asked Marty O'Donnell, of course, to do the music, and not just the music to Destiny, but the music to everything that Destiny would be. So he didn't just make, monk chants, he made what was going to be called, what is now called, Music of the Spheres. It's anything that's Destiny that has music, he already did it. I believe it was an 8-movement piece, which is pretty lengthy. So, so there's a lot of little bits to the story. Well, the first bit is that after he made this music, he wanted to sort of sell it once the game came out. And Activision and Bungie, specifically Activision, it seems, were like, no, we don't want you to sell it. So that started to upset him. And then, or that was, I guess, what Bungie says is the beginning of it. Who knows? Because this is testimony from Marty O'Donnell, taken from testimony from Marty O'Donnell and Bungie. And specifically people who would back Bungie, not every employee went up there. So then in June of 2013, Destiny was showed off for the first time at E3. And I actually embedded the trailer into the story that's on the site, and I don't know if that's the trailer they showed or what music was replaced, but Activision stepped in at the last minute and said, you're not going to play this music with this trailer, you're going to play our music. And that's what went up. I think the Bombcast kind of guessed that it might have been that Led Zeppelin song that went in there, which everyone thought was really weird. That might be the trailer they're talking about. I don't remember. I remember that also being weird. I think it's Immigrant Song that they played over the trailer. So after that, Marty O'Donnell was kind of upset and tweeted about it and said that that's not my music. And he apparently tried to get coworkers together to like sign a petition to like say to Bungie or say to Activision, like, leave us alone. I guess he didn't like the creative control that Bungie was giving up. And to a lot of people, this might seem like, and honestly, like when I hear that story, it just sounds like to me a publisher doing what a publisher does. Unfortunately, sometimes publishers just get in the way. Yeah. That's not Activision being big bad Activision. Like, no. Like, this isn't Vincent Zampella firing level. This is a publisher looking at a game and going, well, we own this now, or we're going to. This is how it's going to look. So, and, you know, Activision knows how to sell video games. So that's kind of who you listen to if you want to really sell it. So after that, supposedly Marty O'Donnell got not fun to work with. Apparently he just wasn't great in the work environment. He says otherwise. There was a performance review that got that was really negative against him, you know, or for him, and he appealed that, and it stood. And then he took a vacation in the end of 2013, and when he came back, according to Bungie, or according to certain people at Bungie, he was distant. He wasn't doing his job. He was supposed to be adding sound effects. He was the audio guy. He claims that the game wasn't finished, which, the game was originally supposed to be out in like September of 2013. It got pushed internally to March of 2014, but I think everyone knows that it didn't come out to September of 2014. So maybe he was right, and that game was certainly not finished. And then he was fired. They certainly had cause, or at least what they thought was cause, whether it was true or not. And he sued them. So, I don't know if it was an actual lawsuit, but he sued them for his stock and his money. The only thing that was negative against him from that settlement was he had to return all copies of Music of the Spheres, which is now public domain. Turns out he had already returned all copies of Music of the Spheres, and Activision now wants to sell it. So, because now they're the only ones who own copies of it. And that's sort of what happened, was Activision, I guess, started overstepping its bounds. Marty O'Donnell felt that wasn't right, and supposedly people at the head of Bungie's thought they claimed, and that's why they thought they could take away his pay and his stock, was that he was damaging the relationship with Activision and damaging the sales of the game. Which, if you look at the sales of the game, that's not true. Like, if you damage them, that's not an expensive damage. Like, the game sold pretty well. So that's pretty much all
right out of it.
Yeah. And then something else popped up later, like the next day or so, that the entire story was redone. I'm not sure what that means. Or I know it was pared down only a month before release. So in August 2014, a month before it was released, Destiny's story got way like way restricted. So no clue how they did that. No clue if that meant less grimoire cards or whatever that means. If there were more lines of dialogue, who knows? But yeah,
there's even more lost dinklage in the ether.
Yeah, now it's all lost. But yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, if you had followed development, how many delays that had, you kind of already knew that Destiny wasn't the best, most fun game to work on ever. But
Yeah.
man, this just so like on its surface, taken individually. If you just told me that Activision switched out the music to Destiny like a day before E3, I would just go, yeah, okay, sure. Like that's not news. You're crazy. But with the Marty O'Donnell stuff, who, you know, I used to listen to the Halo or the Bungie podcasts. They were really irregular. They came out maybe once every 6 months. But he would be on there occasionally, or they would talk about him. And they always talked about him as like the old man, but who they all respected, who was kind of goofy, but, you know, who did his job. So it seems really strange to me that suddenly the higher-ups at Bungie don't like Marty O'Donnell, and he's just disruptive. And I've seen several forum posts on different sites of people calling him like, "Oh, he seems like an asshole, but at least he got what, you know, his pay." It's like, where does asshole come from? Like, it's funny to see people just hate Activision, get disgusted with Bungie, but still believe some of the shit they said about him. It's like, just you don't believe either one, because I mean, Marty O'Donnell clearly, according to this arbitrator, was owed something, but they both have their own side of the story. Mm-hmm. So, but it from what I know about Bungie, it seems like their culture has changed quite a bit just since the end of Halo and since the beginning of Destiny. And I don't know what spurred that. I don't know why that happened, but that's my take on it. So that's the whole story.
Yeah, that sounded like a mouthful,
Yeah.
But good job covering.
Thanks.
All right, let's move on here. Excuse me. It looks like the Xbox Live indie games are gonna not really be a thing in a little bit.
They're still a thing now?
Well, technically, but it's starting to get shut down. If you remember back in the day on the Xbox 360, it was pretty easy to get an indie game out on the system. There were a lot less hoops to jump through. Instead of, you know, showing up on the normal Xbox Live Marketplace, it would show up on a separate section, and it was pretty muddled. There wasn't a lot of great stuff on there. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to remember if there was anything actually, like, really good on there.
Mount Your Friends.
Yeah, Mount Your Friends was on there. I mean, it was kind of a part of the era, but I remember, like, one of the first big one of those was that I made a game with zombies in it game. Mm-hmm. Like, you know,
there's some good games. I can't think of the name of it. There's another game on there that I really like that's now on Steam. That's really good. But there is some good stuff, but we're talking like over years.
Yeah. Like there was like before there was a 360 version of Minecraft. It was a ripoff, but people dug it. That Fortress Craft game. Like there was an official lacrosse game.
That's right. Yeah.
Before Steam Greenlight, this was where all the shit went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there was garbage on there, but there were a couple of good things or things that, you know, people were asking for. Like, I mean,
good garbage.
You know, like on Steam, people make a million Minecraft ripoffs, but I don't know. I think like kids who had 360s and wanted to play Minecraft, like having one Minecraft thing a couple years before Minecraft was actually on 360, that's not a terrible thing.
No.
I'm like just the one. Mm-hmm. But so let me see here. From now until September 9th of next year, developers cannot post any games. No developers can buy new memberships to the program. But until September 9th of next year, they can, if someone is already a member, they can finish their game and release it. And the games will still be available to purchase until September 2017. And then on November 2017, Microsoft will issue a final payment to everyone on their wares, even if they don't meet the $150 minimum payment threshold. So you would only get paid if you made $150 or more.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying even if you didn't, they'll pay you whatever you're owed. It's okay because they're going to shut it down on September 2017. So if there's a game that you are, for whatever reason, interested in, you can just go for it there. This is getting phased out because the 360 is a dying or even dead console, and also because Microsoft is shifting over to the ID at Xbox program, so they're going to be, interacting more with the indie developers, and it won't just be hey, you could just slap a game on here, who fucking cares? But the other interesting thing about this is that Microsoft is actively working with game preservationists to make sure that even though a lot of these games are terrible, they're still going to back them up in some way.
Weird. I mean, that's a good sign because this was like the beginning of, how many years before all of, XBLA is down, and how many years before Xbox 360 is just down. Like, it can't be more than 5, maybe 7 years, which sounds like a long time, but like it kind of is. But this is the beginning of the end for the Xbox 360.
I mean, who knows? Like, they're saying that this entire marketplace is going to be gone by 2017. So who knows how much longer the regular marketplace will last.
Yeah.
It might even be only a year or two longer.
And this might just be a test. Like, okay, let's see how this closes. Let's see what problems we run into. And then let's close the real thing and just be done with it.
I mean, they did that, and then, like, I know very recently PlayStation Mobile shut down, and you can't even download those games anymore. Like, I think it was like a couple days ago that was the last day you could download the games, even if you owned them. So they're just gone now. And I mean, there wasn't a lot of great hits on there, but there were a couple of good games, and now you can't download them at all anymore.
Yeah, that's the scary part about how we are now. Like, I have enough downloaded games that if I downloaded and installed everything, I might run out of room. So how do I get all my games if suddenly, 20 years from now, Xbox One is gone?
Yeah.
Like, whoa. I mean, it's something Steam, like, people have always said about Steam and, like, a doomsday prophecy thing of, like, what if Steam goes away? Like, all your games have to hit a server before they start up, so what do you do if there's no more Steam?
Yeah, like, I mean, like, if Valve just one of these days decides, oh, hey, we're gonna make Steam 2, you can't use Steam anymore.
Oh,
like,
people would lose their
for
shit.
good reason, though, because people spent hundreds or thousands of dollars on these games.
Yeah, but
they would just...
hey, guess what? You're investing in a closed DRM system. Like, you're investing in Apple. They just do it. They're just fairly open about it, and they let anybody in. Like, you're still investing in a DRM-focused system.
All right, well, yeah, like I said, I at least think it's interesting that they're working with game preservationists.
Yeah, for sure. That's really neat.
Man,
definitely. Yeah,
that's cool. Next bit of news. I wasn't expecting this to be announced or anything, but the Eurogamer interviewed Shigeru Miyamoto mostly about Mario Maker, talking to him about how he created Super Mario Brothers 1 stage. They asked him if they were going to ever make Mario Galaxy 3, and he seemed to be like, maybe, I don't know, we know people really want it, but we kind of want to make new stuff. But the one thing that he was 100% like not on the nose, but like just came out and said, Pikmin 4 is on the way and is almost done. I'm really surprised about, because I mean,
that's like an E3 announcement.
Yeah, like Pikmin 3 was what, 2 years ago? Yeah, 2013.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
It's 2013.
Feels like longer.
Yes.
It was a Wii U game, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a Wii U game, so it would have to be 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, July.
But yeah, he just came out and said, "Yeah, we're making Pikmin 3, and it's close to completion." Like, I mean, if he said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna start working on it," or it's only a little bit done, that wouldn't be surprising. But like, from the way it sounds like there should be a trailer for it in the next Nintendo Direct, and they're gonna release it in like March next year.
So it took 2001 is when the first Pikmin came out. 2004
Yeah.
is when the second one came out. It took nearly a decade to get Pikmin 3.
And then it's only like another 2 or 3
Yeah.
years until the fourth.
That's
one.
weird.
It's weird, but I mean, I guess it's not uncharacteristic in a way. Like maybe it's going to be another 10 years until Pikmin 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Nintendo kind of has a track record of that. Like, there was, not 10 years, but there was like a good 6-7 years between Super Metroid and Metroid Prime, and then you had 3 of those games in, 3 or 4 years. Or maybe not 3 or 4 years, but 4, over the next few years, you had 3 Metroid Primes and Other M come out.
They must just have like a big wheel, and every year they
Yeah.
just turn it just slightly. It's like the Chinese zodiac. Like, oh, what's the year? It's the year of the Pikmin. Okay, start making a Pikmin game. Like that's all they do. Like,
I'm just imagining like a big like spinny wheel, like not like a zodiac thing, but just like all right, everybody, and this year we're making another
F-Zero.
Pikmin. Another Pikmin. Sorry, F-Zero guys. Better luck next year.
I like to think of it, if it's this big spinning wheel, half of it is Mario, and like F-Zero has just like a sliver.
Like all the Miyamoto games have big pieces of the
Yeah.
pie, and then everything else is super small. Yeah, I mean that's probably exactly what it is.
And then there's a
straight
whole
up.
separate wheel that just has Pokemon on it.
And then there's just like this very tiny, like millimeter wide Waluigi wheel or section, and somewhere someone is just hoping.
I know they land on it, and then Miyamoto like bursts out of his office and just starts blowing on it. All right, no, guys, no, it landed on Mario. We don't have to make a Waluigi game, and he just like goes back into his office.
Mario Tennis it is.
See, Waluigi's in that game. That's good enough.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay, we'll just make a Mario Party.
Oh no.
And then the world weeps.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're going to announce this game at the same time as they announce the NX. It could be an NX launch title.
This seems like a
Who
good
knows?
game to like announce next year with the NX, and then just have it be one of the like. By the way, you should still buy a Wii U because it has Pikmin 4. Also, it has Zelda. Also, that
We
seems
should
like
talk
something. That seems like something you could say and still convince people to be like, yeah, maybe I should buy a Wii U.
I forgot about to find the article because we didn't write about it because it's a rumor. But we should talk about that NX stuff that got leaked.
There's a question.
Or not really leaked.
There's a question
but,
in questions about the NX.
Yeah, there's-
All right, okay, we'll talk
But,
about that then.
I mean, just on the whole Pikmin announcement. I mean,
Yeah.
Tokyo Game Show is next weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah, we might get a Pikmin trailer.
Like,
next
I
week,
mean, it's kind of weird for him to come out and say, "Oh yeah, we're making Pikmin," and TGS is literally a week away.
Are you going to tell Miyamoto what to do and what to announce? Are you going to be that man? Is that you?
I guess it's just sort of like so many people these days are going, "Oh hey, we're going to announce something at this thing. We have an announcement to make about an announcement," and that's kind of what this feels like.
Like Yakuza 5. At least this.
That's something else that we forgot to get a link. For.
Oh, that's not a story.
It's not a story, but
never
it's
gonna
something
come
we could
out
bring
over
up.
here.
It's something that we could just bring up. Like all of Sega's stuff got leaked, and they're definitely obviously going to talk about Persona 5 while they're there. And it was on a web page. So people dug through the web page, and one of them was a new Yakuza game, and then the other one was the new Vanillaware game, which I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I think it's about girls piloting like mechs.
Great.
So
great.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know,
Can you
the
see their
character-
panties?
I think one of
It's
them.
an anime girl with mechs, so yes. Just say yes, because you probably
like-
can.
Yeah, it's like that boat girl anime, but with mech girls, I guess, probably.
Sure, let's go
Yeah,
for it. Let's
Oh.
get that can coal money.
All of this
Let's
is
roll
reminding
with
me
it.
that we have to record Goko Nippon, and I'm scared.
Isn't that
Are
what
we
you're
doing-
doing?
is that this
tomorrow?
week?
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah.
This week.
Christ! All right.
Enjoy.
All right, next bit of news here. Speaking of leaks, there was some leaks about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, there was.
It's pretty interesting about this. There was a post on LinkedIn.
Yes, that's a website.
Yeah, that is.
You sound
a
like you've
website.
never pronounced that before.
I don't think I've ever said LinkedIn out loud.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely typed it. I have a page on LinkedIn.
So do I.
But I don't think I've ever said it out loud.
Yeah, it's a pretty dumb name.
no, Kingdom Hearts fan site KH13 dug this up off a LinkedIn profile from a Square Enix designer, and they listed some information of stuff that they've worked on for the past 10 months, and most of it was Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff, but a little bit of it was for something called Kingdom Hearts 2.9. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be for PS3 and PS4, and they said that they worked on ideas, boss planning, and attraction flow. So, I don't know what that means. 2.9 sounds like it might be a remake, like maybe it's going to be some sort of big collection of all the previous games, because I know like they've done the 1.5 and 2.5 HD versions for PS3, so maybe they're going to do a big, huge collection so people can just play them all before 3 comes out.
I would like that, but I didn't even know that there were previous collections. Like there's so much crap with those games. Like there's Dream Drop Drip or whatever the fuck that one's called. And is that what it's actually called? What is it called?
It's Dream Drop Distance.
I was closer than I thought I would be.
You were really close, yes.
Like there's just so much with that stuff. It's like, oh, then there's the mobile game. Like I don't care at some point. I just want to play the main stuff and try to understand. That is getting to Metal Gear level of complexity and bullshit.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fucked up. Because, I mean, like, I kind of dig what they did with the 1.5 and 2.5, just how they kind of condensed it. But, yeah, it is a really dense and fucked up story. Because, like, for example, the 1.5 HD thing, it has Kingdom Hearts 1. It has a Chain of Memories, which is the card battle game.
Great.
And then they didn't because I think it was a DS game, that 365/2 game. Yep. They just have the cutscenes from that game.
Oh, great! So they even essentially admit that no, you don't need to play this game. Don't worry about it.
I mean, yeah, it's just the cutscenes. I'm guessing because they couldn't like properly translate it because it was a DS game. And then for 2.5, it's 2, that Birth by Sleep PSP game, and then the 3DS game, which is Dream Drop Distance.
Dream Drop Drip, yeah.
Dream Drop Drip, yeah. But then, yeah, according to the rest of this LinkedIn, it says that there is that there's going to be some sort of multiplayer in this game.
Either Kingdom Hearts 3 or 2.9 if it exists.
3 has multiplayer. Okay. 2.9 doesn't, which is why it kind of feels like 2.9 might just be a collection because there's not a lot of work going into it. So it might just be because they usually come up with some new bosses just to throw in there. So boss planning doesn't really mean that there's more content besides some side stuff. Yeah. So this could just be a re-release of all those games. But then with 3, it says like original level planning, mock-ups. It says that this person went and made contact with Disney and Pixar. So there's going to be actual Pixar stuff in this game now, which was something that was like pretty glaringly missing from the other games. Like the Gummy Ship is coming back. Just stuff like that. So there's going to be multiplayer in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like holy shit, that's a really big thing.
I have a bigger keyblade. No, I have a bigger keyblade.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I can't even imagine what multiplayer in Kingdom Hearts would be like. That's gonna be fucking nuts.
I can't even imagine what Kingdom Hearts 3 is. Like, I barely understand what it is before that game comes out, so I don't even know what it will be when that game comes out. Yeah, I want to understand those games. Like, I want to understand Metal Gear, because I think a part of me would really enjoy Metal Gear if I understood it all, but I also don't want to go insane.
It's up its own ass.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts is up its own ass, but it's even more anime than Metal Gear is.
See, that scares me, because I actually, I've been going back to Disney recently, and I haven't been since I was a little kid. So it's like, oh yeah, Disney's okay. I kind of like Disney. I like some stuff about Disney. And then it's like, oh yeah, there's Kingdom Hearts games. And then I start remembering... Oh yeah, they're Kingdom Hearts games. Right. I should not play these. I should stay away.
I wish that Capcom was like still making Disney like platformers or something, because Like,
Do
I
you?
can't really think of any other great Disney games that, like,
I mean, there have been
really capture...
There were Disney properties in games, I believe. Like they remade that
like
DuckTales.
Disney Infinity, maybe,
Yeah,
but...
I kind of want to get into Disney Infinity, but kind of like Kingdom Hearts, I have no fucking clue how, because it's just like, which one do I buy? How do I don't want to spend $1,000.
From what I can gather, you should always just buy the newest one, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually made a thread on it on a website, and I got like differing results, differing suggestions in like multiple links to the same website that supposedly explains it all, and it doesn't. So I should just email John Vignacchi, just like,
Yeah, maybe.
Johnny, what do I do? How do I pay?
If I remember correctly, I think the Wii U version of Disney Infinity 1 is free.
That doesn't sound correct. You sound like a crazy
it was
man.
at least for a little while, because I think they had some...
I think wasn't it like they were offering like a really bare bones version, and then we're offering the rest of it as DLC. It was like essentially like a
Chooch guesses
demo.
what happened.
I can't remember exactly because
I just didn't really look too far into it because it was Disney Infinity, and I was just like, all right, yeah, if they're gonna release that game, like the first bit of it for free, so kids can buy some of the toys and play around with it for a little bit, like that sounds nice. But I wasn't too invested in it because I already buy fucking amiibos. I don't want to go down another dark road.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I might have to go to fucking Walmart after work tomorrow and buy amiibos.
Shut up. All right, move on. We're moving on. No, this is not going to be an amiibo cast. Stop talking about amiibos.
Okay.
Your darkness shall not infest this podcast.
Okay. I'm sorry. Last bit of news. This is the big one. The newest Pokemon game was announced.
Sort of.
It's called... Well, yeah, kinda. It's not a standard Pokemon game that you would expect, but it is a Pokemon mobile game called Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
It is developed by Nitanic, who made the augmented reality game Ingress.
That game was okay.
And this seems to also be another augmented reality game where you go around with your phone. And depending on where you are specifically, you catch Pokemon. You can trade Pokemon just sitting next to somebody else. There is a little smartwatch Bluetooth thing called the Pokemon Go Plus that lets you... I don't even know exactly... okay, it says it lets you interact with things even when you don't have your smartphone. So it'll buzz when it sees like, oh, there's a Pokemon nearby for you to fight.
The idea is so that a kid could wear it, but the adult could keep the smartphone, so that an adult would have their smartphone, wouldn't have to buy one for a kid, and a kid could carry that and still be like, "Mommy, there's a Pokemon nearby," and the adult could just yell, "Shut up! God damn, it's the 5th one today. We need to go grocery shopping." I don't even have the app. I deleted the app. You happy now? That's what's gonna happen.
Jesus. But the trailer that they showed, it was pretty fantastical. Like showing
that shit was off the fucking chain, crazy. That trailer
showing Pokemon out in like the real life. People were like tapping a button and a Pokeball was popping up in their hands.
They were throwing Pokeballs, and there was a Gyarados fighting a Snorlax on a bridge.
There was a part where like everyone was. I think they were at like Times Square or something, and there were just like 100 people just beating the fuck out of Mewtwo.
No, Mewtwo was beating the shit out of everybody else, and then a fucking single Pikachu just comes in and kills it.
Yeah, it was bonkers, and like so that seems like there will be like legendary events where a bunch of people are gonna have to meet up and basically just chip away at a legendary until it gets weak enough for everybody to capture one.
Yeah,
I'm
it
guessing.
was like MMO-ish. Like, here's this event, and here's this raid.
It's like a raid.
We have to show up in specific spots. This is a really good idea if you live in Japan. I wonder how this will work, because when I played Ingress, and I didn't play it much, so I can't sit here and say I'm some Ingress expert. But the way that worked is it would pop up on your phone, and it would show a place nearby you that you could walk to, and if you captured it, you got points. Or if you went there, you got points. And I went there. It was like a little park to near where I lived at the time. And that was the closest one. It was like a block away. It wasn't even that far, but the one closest to that was still a couple blocks away. And the one closest to that was still a couple blocks away. And it was like, man, I'm like walking past busy intersections and there's nothing over here, just more houses. And like, yeah, there's like a plaza over there, but it's across another street. It's like, where are you taking me? Like, it didn't feel like what they showed. It was like, oh yeah, you would turn the corner and there'd be a bridge and there'd be a guy. Like, it's like, yeah, but if you don't live in that dense of a city, like I live in Tampa, that's pretty fucking spread out. Like, there's only downtown is really that dense to where you can just walk around and there's restaurants. It's like, no, you walk around, you're walking around in a neighborhood. Like, you're not.
It sounds like this will only be worth it if you're in a large city or if you live in Japan.
Yeah. And it sounds like if it does everything it claims it's going to do, it sounds really cool. But I do you really want to like micromanage Pokemon on your cell phone like a free-to-play game? Because that's what that will probably be.
Yeah, it says it's free to play, but it will have some form of microtransactions. I'm guessing it'll just be like
cooldowns and
just
coins.
Pay for Pokeballs.
We'll give you this many Pokeballs per day, but you could pay more to get more, or you can pay more to upgrade them to Great Balls or Ultra Balls or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Give us $20 and you can have a Master Ball sort of thing.
Yeah. And Ingress had like real cool style to it, and like the Pokemon Company is still involved with this, I believe. So
somehow,
who knows what that means exactly? But
they might just be like producing it and being like, yeah, you have to do this. This is thematically consistent.
Sure,
like that's what I'm guessing because they're making so many other games right now. Like they're doing they're at least consulting on Pokken. They're supposedly making that Pikachu detective game still. Oh, yeah. Remember when they kind of announced that, and then. Like, it's Pokemon's 20th anniversary next year, so they have to be making some kind of mainline game, like whether it's another remake or it's a brand new... They have to be making something for next year.
I bet we see something about that next week. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, TGS probably, because, like, people are already so confused, because I think this is the first time in, I want to say, like, a decade since Pokemon hasn't been annual.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? It's got to be something big next year.
It has to be. It needs to be.
I mean, this comes out next year, so
yeah. I mean, if this is the only thing that they're going to do for Pokemon's 20th anniversary, I don't know how I feel about that because that's not, what the standard Pokemon fan would even want.
Yeah.
I don't
this
even know.
This has the potential to be really, really cool. It's just when you tell me mobile game and free to play and what they showed and what I know about Ingress, it's just like I want this to be good, but I'm
worried. Yeah. I'm really worried.
Like, this isn't what I want out of a Pokemon. I'd rather, just go make Pokemon Snap 2. Just get it over with. Go make or just go make a full 3D Pokemon game. Like, you're already putting this MMO shit in there. Just go make, like, that. Like, just...
No, listen. A Pokemon MMO wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, you're right. MMOs aren't fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun, and a Pokemon MMO would be even less fun. Like, just trust me, it wouldn't be fun. I have thought about a Pokemon MMO for a long time.
I bet you
back
have.
In the day. Because I mean, like we've all been in middle school,
Nope, I was never in middle school.
We don't have middle school over here. We just have.
All right, I actually went to middle school in Ireland, so.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so. I was in middle school, and that's definitely why I thought of a Pokemon MMO, because I was like, I'm a little too old for Pokemon, but maybe it would be cooler if all my friends were in on it on the computer. Like, it was that kind of deal, even though I was just fooling myself, and I still fucking loved Pokemon every single day, and, I just needed to be mature enough to like things for what they are. Like I do now, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's the John Machonsky life advice.
Yeah. There was a Pokemon MMO, an unofficial one for a while, and then Nintendo shut that down. So you could have played that while you were in middle school, John.
I mean, I remember playing something, I think it was called like Pokemon Crater or something like that when I was younger. And it was a kind of a Pokemon MMO. That might even be the one you were talking about.
I don't know. I just remember that there was. Like, I remember getting curious one day and saying, like, oh, I wonder if there was a Pokemon MMO ever, and finding the website, and it was like, oh, we shut down, like, a month ago. I was like, okay. But, like, it looked like they had just, like, ripped the world out of one of the GBA games or something, and probably
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You would just click on, like, you would move one sprite at a time, run into Pokemon, battle them, and they threw in their own weird hooks into it. Like, I remember they were like, they made up their own legendaries. Like, they made Mew 3. It was just this fucking, like, they just took like bits of Deoxys and bits of Mewtwo and just shoved them together, and it looked fucking awful.
I bet.
So it was great, is what you're saying.
It was great. I mean, for middle school me, I was like, fucking A. But,
John, middle school you was pretty dumb, it sounds like.
I mean, current me is pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Let's not kid around, but, you know. But yeah, one of the questions we got, not to get too far in your way, Michael, but one of the questions was just Pokemon Go, yeah, nah, hell's yeah, or hell nah.
Maybe.
And, it's very much I guess just like the lowercase yeah, because if this works well, it could be really cool. But yeah, knowing the history of the developer and just being a little worried about it not working for people that aren't in a big city,
or don't have great phones, or like, and you know, I play a mobile game every now and again, but I've never played a mobile game like for a very lengthy period of time, or never more than like one or two, ever. So I can't see myself, like, the number of mobile games that I would play for a very long period of time are already slim. So this one being that, it just doesn't like.
God, I remember being into Puzzle and Dragons on my phone for like not even a week.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's a really good game, but for some reason I just couldn't get into it like I could get into other games. I don't know. I mean, like, it was just kind of like the microtransaction-y stuff just turned me off of it. I mean, if I went out and maybe bought like the Puzzle and Dragons Mario version, I would probably be really into that because I don't have to worry about the microtransaction shit. But, you know, like with this, it's just like I felt like no matter what I did, I would either have to play for like a month straight to get anything really great, or I would have to pay for it.
Yeah, and that's what I don't want out of a Pokemon game. That's the opposite of what I want. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with working for a super strong Pokemon, you know? I'm also fine with, like, I mean, in theory, I'm fine with Legendaries being a group event thing, but if you don't get in on that, like, on the floor, you know, like, when it first comes out, like, are you gonna find enough people to gather up around a Legendary and beat the tar out of it? Like, no, like, everyone else is already gonna have the Legendary. Nobody's gonna want to go hang out with your ass.
Jeez.
Like, hey, Tom, dude, can you get the guys to come over? I gotta get Moltres. Dude, this is the third time you've asked us to come over to get a Legendary. Like, you know, it's just, like, I don't see it having as long legs as, I guess, any other Pokemon game would. Because, you know, like, with any other Pokemon game, it's like, okay, I can go online and I can just be like, hey, can someone trade me this? And some random person will just be like, yeah, here's my friend code.
Not any other Pokemon game with, like, the last two.
Well, yeah, I mean, the ones that are connected to the internet, but, you know, that's part of it. And, like, well, because it's only been not semi-recently, but kind of recently when if you wanted to catch them all, it was only through an online thing. Like, you know, like in Red and Blue days, it was pretty feasible to just be like, oh yeah, I know someone across the street who has Red version and I have Blue version.
Yeah.
What? You guys didn't just buy another Game Boy and then buy another copy of...
No.
Oh.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean, I had both versions for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't have another Game Boy, but I had both versions.
Because you were a kid and you didn't know, like, I don't know, there's two versions, Mom. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about Pokemon.
All right. Well, then, Michael, you want to read off the other two questions that we got?
Sure, the first question comes from Anonymous, and it says, Pokemon Go, yay, nay, hells yeah, hells nah. With love, Honey Boy.
Thanks.
No problem. The second question is also from Anonymous. This is that NX question. It's
okay.
Anonymous asks, given all of the recent rumors around the NX, what do you guys want to see from the console? So I don't follow too many rumors around it.
Niall, do you know these rumors, or should I cover
I know some of them. Yeah,
I remember it pretty well.
Okay,
so
if you want to,
John has this one.
Yeah,
I got
Alright,
this. I'm the Nintendo
Go
boy.
ahead, John.
I'm hashtag Nintendo
Go
boy.
ahead. Don't go to that hashtag. You don't want to see what's.
Yeah,
Don't.
no,
It's disgusting.
No.
Check
Yeah,
out my DeviantArt, Nintendo Boy.
Nintendo boy.
Nintendo Boys weeps.
Nintendo boy 23.
I think that's where Ryan got that picture of Bowser and Sonic that he showed us.
What are the rumors,
Jesus.
John?
All right, so the NX rumors that are going around right now are that the NX isn't going to be one console, but two.
2 consoles for the price of one?
Well, not really for the price of one, per se.
For the price of like half of an Xbox One?
I couldn't tell you, but let me explain. Supposedly, they are going to announce the full package of the NX sometime in the spring of next year, and the first portion of it will be a replacement for the 3DS, and it will be slightly less powerful, not slightly less powerful per se, but they will the resolution will be a little weaker, but it will be a lot stronger processing wise, and will just be a better companion piece to the home console portion of the NX that will release at the end of next year. And it will basically be what people want, the hybrid home console handheld thing where you can kind of take games to and from it.
Do you really do people really want that?
I mean, yeah.
But do you really want that, or
do
you want to play games?
In theory, yeah.
Or do you want to play games at home because they're better there?
Yeah, that's like my big problem with the hybrid idea is that, like, how do you take a full-size Zelda or Mario or Metroid and put it on like one of those handhelds and have a battery life that is longer than half an hour and that still is powerful enough to run the game
and look
at full
good.
capacity and look good and play well and be the real experience? Like, I think that's the biggest hurdle if they go down the hybrid route, but what it sounds like is more like that they're going for what they had originally touted the Vita and PS4 relationship as two separate machines that make up part of the same sort of ecosystem and that work in tandem but also work separately.
That would make more sense.
That seems to be more what they're going for, as opposed to, the portable thing is just like a Wii U gamepad that you can just take and play without having to be near you.
They specifically mentioned that they will finally be integrating cross-buy into this, so
that makes sense.
Really good. They said that the home console portion of the NX will rival the Xbox One and PS4, so
it'll
that's
be
good.
Slightly weaker.
I mean, yeah, it could be slightly weaker, but, at least they're catching up a little bit. It will be on par.
Mm-hmm.
They said that Square Enix and some other third-party people are definitely working on games for it, so that whole...
That's what they said last time.
Yeah. But, like, that whole rumor about Dragon Quest coming to the NX is probably true.
Sure,
all that stuff seems about right.
There'll be Ubisoft games there at launch, but just like there was for the Wii U, so... third-party support, but for how long?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. But the interesting thing that I think I guess normal folks would be interested in is they said that
normies.
The normies. They mentioned that a new Metroid and a new F-Zero are in the works.
New Metroid.
So
now this is all a gathering of different rumors, or is this all from one?
No, this is all from one supposed leak. I don't remember exactly where I read it from, but it was a pretty reliable source.
Because I'd seen bits of this in other places.
Yeah, the source that this is coming from is supposedly somebody inside Nintendo.
Is it somebody's uncle?
It was on I think Nintendo Everything.
They're
pretty reliable.
Nintendo Enthusiast or something like that. I think.
Yeah, they're also the Nintendo Enthusiast.
You sure wasn't Nintendo fan? Nintendo fanboy.
No. Yeah, it was a Nintendo boy. I didn't say it. It wasn't me.
I've just heard these rumors in other places, so I wonder if they just collected it all together and thought, like, well, we've heard this in other places, so this is all true.
I don't know. Maybe.
Wishful thinking.
I mean, it is still a rumor.
Yes. It sounds pretty viable because the 3DS is getting a little long in the tooth, and they need to phase out the Wii U.
3DS is dead. The Wii U is dead.
those rumors also mention that that Zelda is still going to come out on the Wii U, but they are throwing the idea around of doing a Twilight Princess-esque thing where they'll be like, yeah, we're putting it out on the Wii U, but there's going to be a slightly enhanced version on the NX.
That's all right. Way to kill the Wii U with a fucking shot to the head, then. Way to go over to the Wii U's corpse and just teabag it.
I mean, the thing is that Zelda would be out at the beginning of this year or a little like in the middle of the year, and the NX version wouldn't be out until the end of the year.
I don't see the NX coming out next year.
Well, what they're talking about is releasing it like in 2 stages, like releasing the portable first like next summer, and then keeping the home console like for 6 to 12 months down the line.
Yeah, it might be in December, or it might like be early 2017.
That seems to make more sense because, this needs to be 2 separate products. If they are going to revamp both, and they're going to have it,
they are going to be separate things. But like Niall said, it'll probably be a Vita PS4 thing, but it'll work better.
Yeah,
sure, but
it sounds like the leak painted the picture that like the NX is. Like, or the term NX is like the blanket term for these 2 systems, or for the, I guess, system in which they both work.
Terrible thing to do, because they did terrible when they announced the Wii U. Like, they just shat the bed. They announced they called it the Wii U. They only showed the gamepad. It caused market confusion, and that was part of the reason that it didn't sell well. So that when people went, it's like, wait, is this a new? I didn't know. After that E3 conference, I had to wait and like hear back from other people to be like, no, it's its own console. So I had no clue. So to sit there and say this is like, you're going to need a really good marketing effort and say, here is our new handheld. It's called the Nintendo yada yada. And then we will talk about our new console next year. This will integrate with the console, and then just show like a graphic of all the ways it'll integrate, and then over the new console put a big question mark. Or something playful. And then that way, for next year, Nintendo fans can still focus on the new handheld. If a new Pokemon comes out next year, that fucking sells it. And then the year after you've given the Wii U, it's
last rites.
Yeah, it's last rites. It's proper burial. The last ride, the tombstone. And you put its hands on its chest, and you look up and stick your tongue out. And the ref counts
back.
Yeah, and the ref counts 1, 2, 3. And then Brock Lesnar beats you. Then you can come out with your console and say, and then here's the new console. And then that way, it doesn't make sense to come out with 2 things of hardware the same year. You're essentially telling fans, oh, you're a real fan? Well, don't just buy a Wii U. We need you to buy the new Wii U and this new handheld. And they're $300 and $200 each. Like, what? Yeah. No, I'm going to go buy a PS4 because that's cheaper. So,
and it's one console.
And it's one console, and I don't have to worry about, like, other crap. So, if this is a project inside, if this is like NX is just internal dialogue to talk about how integrated it'll all be, then, yeah, more power to them. But if they don't do the marketing correct, and they don't do the market, like, introducing it to the market correctly, this could really blow up in their face. Like,
yeah.
And as for what I actually want to see from it, like, I want to see something that, at first I thought I wanted the Wii U to be as powerful as the Xbox One, but then I see the games that are on the Wii U, and I don't care. And I know a lot of people get it, like, up in arms about frame rate, and like, oh, what's the graphics in it? How much is the RAM? But, sit down and play Smash, or sit down and play Pikmin, or sit down and play any of those other Wii U games. And most of them look great. Most of them are shiny and wonderful and colorful.
Like, Pikmin 3 is one of the best looking games, like, period. That game is gorgeous.
Yeah, the dichotomy between, like, the real plants and then the cartoon stuff that's happening is great. It plays well together, but the stuff you're after, you need, like, stands out against the nature. It's like the Wii U is great. So when you tell me like, oh my god, it'll finally be on the Xbox One, it's like as good as that, or as the PS4, like, okay, cool. But does the new Zelda play like the last one, and then where I get bored after 2 hours and I'm like, well, fuck this, or will it actually be good? Because that's where Nintendo makes its money. So all this stuff is exciting, but
we'll
I want to see it Like, I want to know that the stuff is actually fun to play, because otherwise, even like the Wii U has great games, but people don't fucking buy it. So
Yeah.
Nintendo has to market this well to sell it to people, because all these Nintendo fans that exist didn't buy a fucking Wii U, and then they have to actually make good games so that people feel good about buying an NX. So otherwise, it doesn't matter how good it is or what it's tied into.
Yeah.
So.
All right, last question.
Last question from Anonymous, and I assume they asked this to not give away their secret code name or their, identity so that they couldn't be found out. Anonymous asks, "What are your guys' code names in Metal Gear?"
Well, I guess we should probably explain the way that game gives you code names.
Nah.
Because if we just say, "Oh, it's this or this,"
No, I mean, I don't have I was just going to make up code names. How about this? How about we give each other code names?
We could do that, but Niall, I think it's still viable to explain that too.
Yeah, so basically the game gives you a code name based on the way you play. Like if you use a certain amount of if you use a certain weapon a lot, it'll give you a code name that reflects that, or it will give you a code name according to, are you non-lethal, or
is this at the end of missions, or is this...
at the end of missions, and it kind of carries over. You're not given a code name, a new code name based on each mission. You're kind of given a code name based on your playstyle throughout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like for example,
they've done that in other ones. Like you'd be alligator, you'd be eagle, you'd be chicken.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same basic system.
Yeah, but for example, in MGS5, the first 2 or 3 missions, they'll just call you Chick.
Yeah.
Because that's the beginner's code name, but then once they
Chicken
get a feel
chaser.
but then once you get to a certain mission and they're like, "Oh, you like to use assault rifles a lot," they'll give you a code name based on that.
Yeah.
So what are your current nicknames? Current code names?
Niall, do you know yours?
Mine for a long time was Wolf, which is the one you get for using the sniper rifle a lot. But over the course of the last 2 or 3 story missions, it's changed to Octopus, which is, I think that means using a lot of...
That's the non-lethal one.
Yeah, the non-lethal tranquilizer, I think, is what you get for that. But it's definitely a non-lethal one, now that Quiet has been doing all the killing for me. So yeah, it's been changed to Octopus for me. I don't know, I think there was one mission where I got Bat as well, which was all-rounder. So yeah, but at the moment it's Octopus.
I've been Octopus the entire time.
Okay.
So
you're such an octopus.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I assumed that because when we were talking about it off air last week, and you were kind of mentioning the way you were playing, I assumed you were going to be trying to get Fox or Foxhound, but
I'm not that good at the game.
No. Yeah, Octopus seems to kind of be the one that as long as you don't kill anyone, it seems to just, as long as you if you're not super amazing at the game, that seems to be the pretty safe one. That
default Octopus.
Yeah, as long as you're not killing everyone anyway.
Uh-huh.
I would assume that will probably change for me back to Wolf pretty quickly. I think there was one mission where I got Shark as well, because that's the one for using the rocket launcher, because there was a mission where you have to destroy a couple of tanks, and I think it gave me Shark after that, but that was literally for one mission.
Yeah, I think I might have gotten something like that for that mission specifically too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I also used a bunch of C4, so I might have ended up getting Bat or something, because I was using a bunch of weapons.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do we want to try to come up with other code names? Because my Metal Gear code name, the one that I decided upon was I chose this because it was actually the code name I got when I finished Metal Gear Solid 1.
Okay. And
it just kind of stuck with me. I think if I were a member of Foxhound or something, I would be Gila Monster.
Gila Monster? Yes. Why would you be Gila Monster?
Well, just because that's what I got at the end of MGS1.
Okay.
I just I wanted to carry that through the years. I mean, I've gotten other ranks in other games, but if I remember correctly, I think Gila Monster is just an all around ranking, because there aren't any tranquilizers or anything in MGS1, so I don't really bother, trying not to kill people, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Gila monster for me.
You're such a Gila monster.
Yeah.
Thank you.
John the Gila monster.
Mm-hmm.
But
That'd be your wrestling
I know,
name?
yeah, sure, John Gila monster
Mhm.
John, sure. But no, Niall, I think you should definitely just be Wolf, because whenever we talk about like we throw around ideas for Chooch character or Chooch members as blank. You're always saying how you would like to do some sort of sniping thing. So
Yeah, I mean,
think Wolf fits
like
you.
the way I play those kind of games is that I normally like staying safe and staying at range anyway. So like, yeah, I guess.
Like I mean, I remember even when we were talking about like Persona party stuff. You were like, I would want to be a sniper character. So I think Wolf fits you pretty well.
Well, I mean, that was also partly because the persona you gave me didn't have any attacks. Like it was all like healing spells and stuff. So I was like, I would want to stand like at the other side of the place. Like,
sure.
If I can't
works.
do any attacks, like
that works.
Yeah, I guess.
But Michael.
Michael.
Hello. I should say while they're deciding that you can send in podcast questions to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask.
Did you check the email?
I did check the email.
Nothing?
I think that Michael would be chicken, because I could see Michael running around with the chicken hat on, which is what gets you that code name.
Chicken
I
chasa.
could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that. I mean, I was also thinking. I don't remember. I'm not remembering exactly which weapon corresponds to it, but I could see Michael doing like maybe like bear or shark or something.
I think Bear is using like tactical takedowns, like non-lethal ones, I believe.
That's definitely not me.
Like choking someone out.
No, I would not. I would shoot somebody before I got that close to him.
Then maybe I could see Michael just going around with a rocket launcher.
Yeah,
maybe
shark.
Yeah.
Shark.
I'm just imagining like I'm driving this like a car and Niall's in the passenger seat like trying to snipe or something like while I'm moving, and Niall's being like, Jesus, John, slow down. But then Michael's just in the back like just shooting rockets everywhere and just being like, woo, USA.
Are you saying I'm an agent of chaos?
A little bit.
That's kind of your role even on the show, isn't it?
I don't know where this is coming from.
Like a little bit. Not extremely, but a little bit.
I'm calm and collected. I keep this podcast on the rails.
A little bit.
A little bit. Yes,
and I'm like quiet, but I wear clothes. So I'm quiet if she was a dude and a good character.
Oh, Niall! Once you join Chooch Hound, you are
not wearing any
not wearing
clothes.
Oh, I quit.
We have this pair of nylons for you.
Oh, great. Guys, I'm really cold.
Too bad.
Let's go lay out in the sun. Your plant.
We're gonna bring you to Shadow Moses and see how long you last.
And you'll make friends with wolves, and then a guy will fall in love with you, and then you'll die. Spoilers for
Right.
MGS1.
Right.
Yeah, woo, that like 20-year-old game.
Mm-hmm.
You play as Raiden in the
Wow,
second
it really
game.
is old, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, it's
That game is
old
old.
as shit.
Yeah.
The third
Metal
game.
Gear 1 is almost 30 years
In
old.
the third game, the boss dies at the end. I'm ruining every
Holy shit.
Metal Gear game. In the fourth one, I don't fucking know what happens.
There's a
Mount
monkey
Rushmore
and
shows up.
and it drinks cola.
Mount
There you
Rushmore
go.
shows up, and you're like,
Yeah.
what? And shit happens, and you're like, I don't remember half these fucking characters. The fuck is happening? This game sucks. This series
Oh,
fucking
man.
sucks. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
No.
God damn it.
I thought that guy just pooped. Now he's pretty?
Oh,
What?
no.
I thought that guy just pooped. Now he's pretty.
That's actually something.
Yeah, I know. And then he gets fucking married, and the fucking monkey's there. And then there's more fucking dialogue to talk about stuff.
Oh, you know, I gotta give a shout out now that I remember this. I gotta give a shout out to a Twitter account that I found out about. It's maybe my new favorite Twitter account right now. I gotta make sure that I'm reading it right. It's at Drillface. It's got some MGS5 spoilers there, so don't look at it unless you're like done with the game or whatever. But it's just like drill tweets rewritten as Skullface, and it is just the funniest shit. Like, let me just let me find one that isn't spoiler.
This podcast has to end.
Here, just soldiers without borders. The famous words of that bad snake who doesn't want borders. The ignoble slithering bastard I hate the most. If the animal conservation platform bans me from hollering at the animals, I will face Big Boss and walk backwards into the ocean.
We need to end this podcast. We're at 2.5 hours.
All right. No, okay, hang on. This is my favorite.
I'm gonna hit
one.
stop. I'm gonna hit stop. I'm gonna hit
This is my
stop.
favorite
I'm gonna
one.
hit stop.
I'm very
I'm gonna hit
upset with
stop.
girls.
I'm gonna hit stop.
Impossibly accurate bikini babe sniper puts her
I'm gonna hit
laser on one
stop.
of my men. Just kidding. I'm only mad at the
I'm gonna hit
boys.
stop.
Okay, no. I gotta wrap it up. So thanks for listening to the show. This past week we put up some articles, mostly news. Put up a new Ride the Rails of
That's so good.
Me and Ryan playing Duke Nukem 3D. There's some audio problems in it, so I apologize. We will get that squared
It's
out.
mostly fine.
But you ran into a living legend while you were playing that.
I don't want to ruin it, but man, what the fuck?
That guy's great. Don't
That
spoil
guy's
it.
great.
That guy's great. You
Like-
should go watch that video.
Listen, we were laughing in that video, but honestly, kudos to that
Ryan
guy.
friended him. He's friends with him on
yeah.
Steam
Ryan's
now.
friends with the dude on Steam. I'm
I actually
happy.
think he friended Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah, he friended Ryan. Even though Ryan says some colorful things to him.
Colorful is a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that'll be fun. This next week I think we're gonna have quite a bit of editorial this week. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we'll space it out.
We'll space it out, yes, but I think we're gonna have a good amount of it. And of course, this upcoming week we'll have another Ride the Rails. I think we already said what it's gonna be,
Yeah.
right? We're gonna do Go-Go Nippon.
Yep, I'll be playing Go-Go Nippon, and you will be trying to explain to me why people fucking like anime. I don't know. I've been told that game's good, so
You've been told that game is good by people who want you to suffer. People who want you to play it and go, "Oh my god, my soul is dying."
I don't want to ruin it.
don't ruin it. No, don't tell me anything
okay. All right,
about that
I won't
game.
tell you anything.
You
Okay,
can see
I
me
won't tell you
discover whatever
anything.
the fuck that game
It's-
is.
It's something.
Ugh. I
But,
look forward
yeah,
to
let's-
it, I think. I don't know. I want that game to be good,
It's
because I own it.
yeah.
I paid money for it.
All right, so thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week with another episode, and check the site every day.
Poop is pretty.
Every day.
Yep, poop is pretty. Good night.